Bam. All right, can y'all hear me now? Type if you can hear me. Yes, no, can you hear me? Still no sound. Jesus. Still nothing, huh? Am I in? Oh, y'all can hear me now? Oh, perfect. Look at that. Look at that. It's success. So let me start this over again. So as I was saying, I want to thank everybody for tuning in right now, and I want to thank everybody who's watching the replay of this. It is extremely. I'm grateful to you guys. Now, what I was saying is, I am doing this show. This is CT After Dark during the day because a lot of you guys who've been watching my Instagram live at night, we get crazy, we get wild at nighttime. And I say, you know what? I want to bring that aspect to the daytime. I've already kicked it with the squad. Y'all done seen a lot of the cast that I've shot content with, and I'm going to do that again. But what I love is having one-on-one conversations with a lot of my friends, and I can't do that in the format of having 5 and 6 and 7 people on at once. So I figured let's do a late night show during the day. Nobody else is doing it. Why not try it? So, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Clayton Thomas, but please call me CT. Only refer to your boy as CT. You call Jay-Z, Jay-Z. You don't call him Sean. You call Diddy, Diddy, and Puffy, and Puff, Papa, all of that, instead of calling him Sean as well. So please call me CT. Hopefully I don't have to say that again. Now, as I get started, man, this is a late night thing with a whole new flavor during the day. I want to pick one of the funniest things that I've seen. I see you, Playboy. I see you. I want to pick one of the funniest things that I've seen in so long. I want y'all to check this out. This is from a brother called Brotherly Love. Check this out.
To get you starch and a crease in your pants, you put them pants on that ironing board and you lined up the seams and sprayed that starch on them pants so you can crease them pants. You wanted them pants to stand up before you wore them pants. That's how you put your pants on. To get you starch.
Let me tell you something. This brother does these videos called I Ain't Forget. I want to show you another one.
I ain't forget y'all was wearing name belts. Y'all went to that mall, saw that kiosk man. He buddy. I'm finna wear my Serbian, man. And then he digitized it. You was at school wearing Lil Wayne lyrics. I ain't forget.
Let me tell you something. I cried seeing that. First of all, what's up, everybody? I see the comments. I see y'all up in here. Nice. Hey, MP13, stay in here because we definitely got to have a heart to heart. You understands me? I am so glad to be doing this right now, man. This is we're in for a treat. I'm about to bring my man in. One of my first guests of the day. Look at yes, you've seen it as well, right? Do me a favor, do not curse in your comments. Y'all want to show as many comments as I can on the screen. And also, while I'm at it, let me tell you this. Myself and my guests will be having their Cash App names on the screen if you would like to bless us. What we would like to do is the moment that we see the Cash App or the Super Chat, we will stop the show and thank you completely for blessing us. You guys have so much hard earn time and you guys work hard for your money, and we definitely want to show you our appreciation. I want to start with my first guest. This brother is one of my best friends, man. He's family. He is a filmmaker by trade. I know you guys might see the content, but he is literally a filmmaker. He studied his craft. This brother is here right now. He's one of the kings of the internet. He's on fire. Let me tell it. One of my favorite person to see from content online. You guys know him. You love him. He's Mr. I'm about to give him this, Mr. Yamtastic on the punchlines. Ladies and gentlemen, my good friend, Big Ja. How are you, man?
Wild as hell, boy. What's up, man?
How you feeling, man?
DT. I'm chilling,
my
bro.
guy.
You asked me to do the show, of course. I said, gotta be down. The last time you asked me to be a part of something online, it was fire. The single track,
man,
super fire. That was super dope. Yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, man. Thanks for having me, bro. All that.
Of course, dude.
Yeah, I like that.
You. Dude, let me first of all, let's talk about the newest shirt. Yamazon, bro.
Ah!
Yamazon, bro.
Here's the
What
thing,
first? Go ahead, give it to me.
Go ahead. What's up?
No. Go ahead.
I found it. You know me. I'm always talking crazy, saying the
Yeah.
great master. What's up, man? Autumn Reed. How you doing, little mama? A hard eyes back to you. Big Ayo, Mondo. Appreciate you. My fault. I want to get the sidetrack saying showing love to everybody. Jay, man. You know me. I'm always talking crazy, saying this. My mind be working different, man. So I be thinking of like the yams is something that has been going on. I've been saying that for years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Along with a lot of other people too, believe it or not. But I feel like that's a real '90s situation, and I brought it back with the obviously it's a lot of yams in our yams in my videos and yours. You know what I'm saying a lot of yam greers. You know what I'm saying?
Yam greers.
Oh, yeah, yes, sir. Hell yeah, it's a yamdemic. You know what I'm saying?
Did you write that down?
That's coming.
You have to put that on something right. It's a yamademic.
Yes, yamdemic. Yeah.
It's a yamdemic.
That's on the way, bro. Clay, you're hilarious.
Bro, let me tell y'all something, man, because y'all don't get a chance to talk to this brother on a regular basis. Let me tell you something. On average, every time I'm around him, I literally sit down and buckle in because you give me something that makes me cry every time, bro.
Man,
The stories, the catchphrase, yamdemic.
Yeah, that's when there's a whole lot of yams around. You like, it's like a yamdemic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So look, I'm gonna tell the people, everybody in there right now, you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Twitch, you can click the link. I'm gonna have a Q&A portion where you guys can come in and definitely have a conversation with us. You can ask Ja all the questions you might have for him. He's extremely friendly. Trust me, you guys are in for a treat. Let me get this. Bam, get that. That's definitely got to be the next shirt. Yams on yams. Yeah. Facts. So let me hit you first, man, with the question of the day. Question of the day. Would you be comfortable with your spouse being close friends with their ex? Would you be comfortable with your spouse being close friends with their ex? What say you, good brother?
Hey, bro, I'm gonna keep it 100. I feel like I'm a different type of dude. As much as I'm the ambassador of yams, I know that's coming too. That's coming too. Hey,
the ambassador of yams.
Yes, man. Hey, that's yes, sir. A Suede. That's the yamdemic. To answer your question, you funny.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the relationship prior. You know what I'm saying? Point. Imagine being you get involved with a lady and she has an ex-husband, right? Or when you get grown, you start fucking with chicks that used to be married and shit like that. So my bad on the language. I know you don't be cussing on your stuff. Huh?
It's all good.
You're gonna have to be like Sean Martin with the beat noise. But, on the show. My bad. And let's say she was with this dude for years. Like they grew up together. Like it could have been like her brother's homeboy that they started dating way back in the day, and they got married years later. You know what I'm saying? For example, my first wife, he grew up with her. You know what I'm saying? And so after and then they had children. So now you bring the point is, if you got a new girlfriend, she got an ex, but she got a baby by the ex. You know what I'm saying? So even though they're not together no more, but they still got to communicate and be around each other for the baby or for the kid.
Right.
So, but I know you're talking about something. You're talking about this friend. Oh, he the homie.
I like where you went with it though, but like keep going. I'm listening. This is incredible.
It's deeper than just and you got an ex, so you got to have no communication with the ex. No, come on, be realistic. I got females I used to date that I'm still cool with to this day, and it's a legit platonic relationship. Despite my platonic bond sketch, I do believe that you can have a platonic relationship with a female. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I got 3 sisters I grew up with, so I'm being around women something I'm used to. So finding value in a woman outside of just smashing her and for the yams, I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So I got homegirls like at my wedding day, they might be invited, and I might one or two of them might be an ex from years ago. You feel me? So my answer is yes, but also depends on the type of chick you got. If you got a chick that you feel is sneaky, you got a chick that can be pulled. Clayton, you see a chick out the car, you know when she can get snatched.
Yeah.
You can. She got a boyfriend. Okay. She got I could be snatched energy.
Yes. Look, let me hit you with this. So interesting, bro. And we have I'm not gonna say his name, but we definitely have this friend in common. He's the homie, and often he dates these girls. Tangerine, still cool with is different than close to your ex. Yes, I'm gonna touch on that. He always chooses Michelle. Thank you so much for hitting the Cash App. I appreciate you, baby girl. Also, Jai, make sure you keep your phone or something handy to where you can check your Cash App. So anybody that blesses you, we can thank them. Stephen Conley, thank you so much for hitting the Cash App. Blessings, fam. Team CT clap for both of you guys. Thank you. So he's one of the homies. Go ahead.
Yamma Dabba Do. Hilarious.
Yamma Dabba Do.
Okay, for sure.
Bro, it's limitless. So look, so Pete. So let's see, where did it go? You just got this dope compliment, which is true. Where did it go? He lost weight too. Hey man, yeah, he low-key almost can't be called Big John no more, but I'm gonna stall him out. So
I'm still 350 pounds, bro.
Say it again.
I'm still 350 pounds.
No way. Anyway,
I think I was, man. Yeah,
ain't nobody about to hear that. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, so the homie, go ahead, tell me.
No, go ahead.
No, like, no, for real, I am. Like, nah, brother, you bought a solid 245 right now. Anyway, so one of the homies, he always dates these girls that are takeable and not really takeable. They belong to the streets. Like if you talk to them in front of him, it's like it's all cool. But the minute he walks away, he always chooses the girl that's cool with doing the squad, and he never sees it. And then it's like when she does something to break his heart, then he's like hurt. And we like, bro, we told you. He's the brother that lost a lot of weight. Anyway, yeah. So with that situation, what you're saying, people be grown and you can literally have these women that have to deal with their ex because they have a child together, or depending on the relationship that they had, he's just not leaving her life. For me, Tanch had an ex that like right when we started dating that was super cool. Like he was super cool. And I understood that they had known each other since they were like teenagers. It's like, who am I to be able to tell her, no, you can't deal with him anymore because I'm your new guy and you can't do that. And I think that's a part of the immaturity and insecurity of a lot of men.
Yeah, true. And also it's like you gotta of course you didn't know their relationship before you met him, but how was it like? If it was super toxic, if it was nasty, if it was a bad breakup. Like this sometimes we just grew apart. You know, I met you when I was 19, now I'm 24, or that's 5 years later or 4 years later, and you know, we grew apart. I'm moving away, you moving away, we gonna separate. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know if we was gonna get married anyhow. We just liked each other a whole lot. That could be.
Let me hit you with this. So interestingly enough, I've dealt with this, bro. My first girlfriend in high school, she had an ex. He was, the guy she dated in junior high, and he still had a relationship with her mom. So they started like the mom was politicking for him to be around more and blah blah blah. Long story short, he got her pregnant after like my senior year of high school. So now she to this day has a baby with this guy. And I'm like, man, I knew at that time I couldn't deal with that because I'm like, not only was he before me, but I got to look at this baby that looks just like him if I continue this relationship. So I've been there. So it's like now if Tange is like the people that she knew before me, hey, do your thing, these are friends, whatever. But here's the thing, if she happened to smash one of these dudes, it's like I really can't blame anybody but myself for number one, giving that long of a comfortability, like do your thing, or being like, well, should I have seen this coming?
Yeah, I mean, And it's a yamnacular.
Yamnacular.
Hilarious. This is dope, though, by the way.
Man.
I'll put it like this, man. You gotta trust your lady, man. And if she do some shit that you don't like, or she do some shit that she shouldn't be doing, and you like. So hey, sometimes depending on what type of chick you got, some niggas be with a shit. They be with a shit they know ain't good.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And they were like, and then they get madder when she turned out to be what you already knew she was. If I were, hey, bro, but if I want a chick, she's solid as hell, and she still fuck off the relationship, and she still do some dumb shit, I'd be like, what? You all the checks, there was no red flags, there was no yellow flags.
Mm-hmm.
You never know. As much as I'm saying, hey man, you got to know the type of woman you with. You still don't ever really know. No one. I don't give a fuck. You got a twin brother. You don't know what's in his brain every single day. You know what I'm saying? So if they got their own heartbeat, their own brain, you don't know what's in that motherfucker.
Facts.
My bad on the language.
It's all good.
Yeah, but
I'll say this: you gotta have. Now I got one. This person. What did it say? So Yamschmastic makes me think of Yamnastics, like gymnastics with yams, and Yamlympics. She's a Yamlympian. Ooh, first of all, you can literally. Let's get to your creativity, man. How does this come about? So many of your videos have gone into the upper millions, and is well deserved because of all the work you put into them. But hold on, I gotta beat Tangerine. Hold on a second. Don't worry, babe. I finally stopped letting my ex smash. And let me tell you something, John. I'm about to put her out anyway. So how do you the upper millions, rightfully so? Kennedy Graham, blessings, fam. Team CT clap for you. Thank you so much for the donation. So how do you come up with all of this stuff? How? Where does it come from?
I'm gonna keep it 100, bro. If I had to think, it's equivalent to like a rapper that can freestyle real good. I cannot. I feel like I can write a verse, and I'm trash at freestyling. Shout out to Nate Jackson podcast a month and a half ago, and freestyle is amazing. He's dope with the freestyle, and I'm not. I'm trash. I gave him trash bars for the freestyle on his podcast. I can do that. Same thing with directing and acting and whatnot. I can come up with shit on the fly. I can come up with something on the fly for that person to say, me to say, the other person. I can do that pretty good. It's just years and years being from here, LA, man. I hear some of the craziest talk, like some of the, and being in the Bay. I lived in the Bay for almost 10 years, bro. Just growing up hearing the sugar free, man, just coming up with all kind of different lingo, and it pours out of me. So sometimes I be thinking of all kind of stuff that I don't even say because I'm like, no, I ain't gonna say that. That's too far. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, I get you. No, I'm listening. So with because man, some of the stories, this is what I want you to do that I don't think you've done yet. You can get around. First of all, I always love being around you because when you come through the crib or when I get the chance to see you and we out, I literally stay planted and just look for a great story because I know you're gonna give me one. You have to start putting the stories. You got to shoot the story out while you're narrating it,
right?
Because every story you've told me, I'm there, like I'm visually seeing it, and already with the way your film style is, bro, you're looking at another series,
right?
Man, your stories are legendary. Like you used to do security, and you were doing security for recently before you stopped doing security. Who was it for? What was the brother's name?
Right, Dizzy Wright, Dizzy Wright, like the last name Wright. Shout out to that bro.
Yeah, incredible, man. He's definitely a super dope artist and a great dude. But I remember right when things were really picking up for you, when you like, hey man, I can't do this anymore because now your popularity had risen to a point that was too crazy for you to be protecting somebody else. Now you need protection.
Right. Well, yeah. I wouldn't say I get what you're saying about protection, but I mean, people who come up and walk up on me, it's just cool. It's just love, you know. And so I don't wear jewelry, and then like as big as I am, no matter how big you are, that tool can take you down, knock you back. But fortunately, I don't kind of bring that energy towards me. You know what I'm saying? I don't give up. It'll come back to me. But yeah, it got to a point where I had to stop doing security, and he understood it was. He saw the growth. He saw, and he's like my little bro, man. I love him, and we gonna always be family. But we was one time. It happened a few times, but the first time I was real. Like, we both looked at each other. He was like, "Yeah, you on your way." We were at the hotel. I was escorting him to his hotel. We was in Florida, and some dude pulled up in a whip and hopped out. Bigger than me though. Bigger than me. Big to the match. He got into the match. He was so excited, bro. He was like, "Can I get a pic, bro?" He dude's about 6'6", maybe about 320, man. Hey man, can I get a picture, man, please, man. I was like, yeah, for sure. He handed Dizzy the camera.
What?
You take it real quick, and then he came and we backed away from Diz. And now, mind you, it's fans honking the horn at Diz, like Diz, hey, honking the horn at him. He took the camera with love. He was, what about you? I'm looking at him like, he was like, it's all good, bro. Don't even trip, big homie. You know what I'm saying? He took the picture. And that's when I knew, okay, it's time. I'm gonna have to segue away from doing the security, because it's at the point where I'm walking to the crowd at a function or at a festival, something like that, and they stopping both of us. They asked to take pictures with both of them. And I gotta say, I'm working, man. I'm doing security. Yeah, I'm a bodyguard, bro. I can't. You did a bodyguard? I can't get a picture. I said, not right now, man. That's unprofessional. I can't get the picture and get this chain snatched behind me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So at that point, after I had about another year of that, because it's still I kind of at least 2 more tours, maybe 3 more tours after that, and after that, last year, March of last year, I was like, yeah, bro, I gotta call it quits.
Isaac Woodruff's Team CT clap for you, fam. Thank you so much for the blessing. Everybody, check your Cash App, John. Hit that refresh. Just make sure. And
much love, Autumn. Thank you so much, little mama. And Lee, appreciate you. For sure. Yam Dunk, that's hilarious. Lee, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, homie. Appreciate that. That's much love to you.
Yes, Lee as well. Thank you so much for the blessing, fam. Team CT clap for you. Appreciate you so much. Yeah. So here's the thing with that. I feel like your preparation. I remember years ago, and you were like, "Yeah, man. So I did this film school thing, and now I'm just trying to do." You were like doing little small gigs, just trying to get things going, and your content has always been different from everybody's, and I think it's a testament with the audience that you've attracted of the loyal supporters that see it and recognize it. And one thing I'll give you credit for, amongst a million things, is by you being from LA, you help so many other LA content creators get their face out there and be a part of your squad. How do you choose the people? Like, how do you even get at this point? How do people even get a chance to meet you that are from LA to be a part of your content?
A lot of times just through other people, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I actually know them from online. Like, I see their stuff online, and I follow them, because if I like your stuff, I'm a fan too. I'm still out there a fan of people. So if you see somebody in my sketches, because I'm like, hey man, I gotta work with this dude if he down. And even though no matter, and when it's all said and done, man, I appreciate all the success, and I'm blessed and I'm grateful for. But you and I both trying to get to another level. As far as we've come, I still know it's still kind of like the D League when it comes to where I'm trying to go, bigger TV. You know what I'm saying? So I don't walk around like I'm Big John. I'm instant famous now. Like, nah. Hey, if I see somebody that's talented, hey, you down to be in my sketch, bro? They're like, hell yeah. I'm saying thank you. I'm still like on some shit, not on some. It's a pleasure for you to meet me type shit. It's both. You know what I'm saying? It's a couple of people right now that I haven't worked with yet that I hopefully one day. So, but me personally, the type of content I do is kind of like more geared towards West Coast comedy. I call it comedy, and that's not all I do, but that's most of it. That's my biggest lane. So people like Minx, I met Minx through online and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing kind of, he reminded me of myself, a younger version of myself. You feel me? So that's how we connected. And he's from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So and he's a goofy, silly, big guy like myself.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So he's like a little bro that I never had. I'm the youngest in my family. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
What I
So
love about him is I saw that immediately. Like when you guys started shooting content together, you start bringing him around. I saw how you looked at him with that, like, man, this guy reminds me of me. And I saw how he looked like, yeah, man, hey, man, I'm just trying to get it. He's a great dude, great energy. I have nothing but love for that guy. I've been trying to get him on some stuff. I'm like, hey, is this brother a texter? I'm gonna have to call him this brother with the text. But Minx is so talented. I don't think, just like where you know where you want to go, I don't think he knows how incredibly big he's gonna be.
right.
You know what I mean? Like he knows a little bit. Go ahead.
He had an idea, but yeah, I think just for watching me do my thing, I feel like he feels like, well, shit, he's where he's going. I'm next, or I'm on my way. He might not be the very next person, but he's on his way. I think he got a good. He's increased his foundation, his awareness of this film shit, like how to create story and all that stuff. Because I'm big on that too. I'm real big on story. So, and like dialogue, hence like the words I say, and try to try to set yourself apart just by. I set myself apart by how I look, of course, but just in the dialogue, in the art, I feel like everybody does that. If you look at, I mean, from Spike Lee to Scorsese to Quentin Tarantino to music, Biggie had his, you know what I'm saying? Trey Songz is, come on, all that. Everybody got that. Sprite got Obey Your Thirst. You know what I'm saying? Nike got Just Do It. Mountain Dew, Do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, to ask you about the things how I come up with stuff, I've sat down. Sometimes it comes just naturally, boom. But I've actually thought about how do you brand yourself? How do you market yourself? I see someone like Kevin Hart, who's bigger. His name is bigger than him now. Heartbeat Productions. Like, you want to get to a point where Big Jai, my name is Jade, but Big Jai, like some people don't even know my name. Even as popular as Big Jai is, they'll be like, to the max.
Yeah.
But so the phrases and the slogans and the brand kind of like precede you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I just saw somebody do like get the cookie before the cookie gets got. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that's all that stuff is what people you become bigger than you, if that makes sense. So yeah, man. I think him dealing with Minx is on his way to figuring himself out even more. And because when I was his age, shit, man, you met me right around that time, bro. I knew what I wanted to do, but in this, you got to be consistent. You got to be like, you got to almost be sick with it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where you got to keep putting out content, keep thinking, keep being creative, keep trying to recreate something. Not sitting there saying everything. I'm not sitting there saying that anything I do is different or just all the way 100% original, but most of it is. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. All of your content is so original and creative and different. And aside from your work ethic, aside from your energy and your willingness to help everybody, what you said about 5 minutes ago is probably the determining factor in why you will continue to elevate. You're so humble. Like me, I'm about 45% humble with because like people who know me, you know how grateful I am in the world. But you know, there's the level of no, I've worked extremely hard and I am going to get this. You're the shirt off your back. Here, take this piece of bread. I'll eat something another time type person. That's why you will always be blessed. And you make people want to support you that way. And I think that's what people feel by seeing you.
Man, I appreciate that, bro. That's just I was worried that way, man. My pops told me to walk on the attitude of gratitude, bro. The attitude of gratitude, man. Meaning like, and he said that when I was a little boy, and he always said that. All right, but I remember I was playing ball in college. I was playing college ball in the Bay Area where the Raiders play and the Niners play. And I remember being at a function with some of my teammates. And some of my teammates had one of my boys, Chris Ball, shout out to him. He had a homeboy that knew Darryl Russell, rest in peace. Darryl Russell, best defensive tackles in pro football in the NFL at the time. He was a young budding star. He was like 24, 25 years old. I'm like 17, 18. And I remember we were out and about, and everyone knew who he was. Oh shit, that's D. Russell. That's Darren Russell. And he walked up to us in a crowd of a group of people. He walked up to me and said, "How you doing, man? I'm Daryl." I'm like, nigga, this dude, he's been in the league for 4 years, and he's been in the Pro Bowl all 4 years. Like, he's been the dude since he got into the league. He is one of the best, if not the best, D lineman in the damn world. And he's talking. I'm the 18-year-old freshman in college. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he is. I'm like, damn, that's Darren Russell. This nigga. All right, act cool. Nigga, act cool. You know what I mean? And he walked up to me, "How you doing, man? I'm Daryl." And mind you, he's a superstar.
Yeah.
Girls want him out. He's a 24-year-old multi-millionaire. And I saw that, and I was like, bro, I know who you are. I said, yeah, I know, but I'm sure you know who I am, because I was a D lineman too. I was the same position, not the same position, but the same line position.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and he just like, bro, I'm still a regular dude, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that kind of humility at 25, and he had already been the best. He was already at that point the best, and he passed away a couple years after that. But man, so even now, I look at where I'm at now, and I'm still not as big as he is in his industry.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to walk around talking to people crazy and shit like that, like, man, walk with the attitude of gratitude, man, because this could be taken from you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm definitely not no goody two shoes. If you got it in line, I'll smack your mouth off. But at the same time, but that chances are that's not gonna happen, and we're gonna hug and love, and it's all good. Man,
I'll smack your mouth off.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know if you ever got hit in the face so hard that your face went numb and so your shit is off. Yeah. I didn't punch in the face before. I'm like, damn, nigga, where my mouth at? Yeah.
Where my mouth at, bro? It's like, I hear you 1,000%, and I feel like you're so approachable. I remember being out. I think this is when you had done the radio show of mine like a year or two ago, and we out in Hollywood, and this dude came up, and he was a big fan. And it was one of those moments with Dizzy. He was like, "Hey man, can I get a picture with you?" And I was like, I offered. I was like, "Hey man, I'll take it of y'all," because beside from you being my friend, it's like, yo, you should want a picture with this guy. He's amazing, and you're so approachable that it's like I can't see how anybody would ever misconstrue that. Like when you see you out, it's like, oh man, there you go, there go Ja. Oh man, I can't get no picture with him. Like he's so nice. As a matter of fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask Ja a question on camera, hit that link right now. I have a few more minutes with this brother, and I would love for you guys to get your questions in. The link is in the bio, in the description, on Facebook and YouTube if you would like to ask Big Ja a question. Tangerine, this is epic episode. So glad you're doing this. Oh, thank you, Tangerine. Got lips on the fridge now. That's a fact. Bro, I wanna see. I had this idea 2 days ago, and we start shooting a movie in 2011. This was when I was like, "Yo, Ja, I want to shoot this action movie," and you were like, "Yeah, let's do it." And you remember I had you holding Akash up by like his shoulders or something. Bro, we have to finish that, but I want to see you do your own action film. I want to see it, bro.
It's on this way, man. I'm about to trim all the extra fat off, man. I'm about to get back right.
But you're already incredible. But I don't know how you see you. But go ahead. I'm listening.
I got to get stupid to where they're like, damn, this nigga's an action figure. Oh man, yo, Ronell Stewart, man. Thank you, brother. Love, homie, for sure.
Yeah, hey, man.
Real quick, since I got you, since you got me on your show, I need to let your supporters know. Hey, I've been on Clayton for about 10 years, man. October of 2009, so it's been longer than that. Yeah. I had just started doing comedy officially. I did this in 07, but I didn't really get cracking until 09, where I was like, this is what I'm doing every day, every week. I'm here.
Yeah.
So I met you then, and I've been filming stuff. I filmed stuff for you, everybody. Shout out to Arana, Dion Lack. You know what I'm saying? Jahan. I shot stuff for everybody before I even got the real big job stuff going on for myself. And I was DPing and directing before that. But I remember this specifically situation with the Big Job brand. I've been called Job my whole life. Big job, whatever. But Well, I said I'm gonna come out with Big Jai. That's gonna be the name of my handle on IG and on YouTube and Facebook. Started with Clayton Thomas hitting me on my line, like, "Hey, bro, can you come over to the crib and film this sketch for me and Tange?" In 2017. That house, the house that you in right now, you was like, "Bro, yeah, I'm down the street." So you was like, "Hey, you mind?" And at that point in time, I had all these cameras, I had all this equipment, I had cameras, lights, but I had it like tucked away because I was trying to make the director, which I still am. But at the time, I felt like I was hustling wrong. I wasn't putting myself in front of the camera enough. I was doing stuff as an actor here and there for other people's stuff, for like commercials and TV, but I wasn't going hard for myself. Because back in the day, you had adventures of Clayton Thomas 10 years ago. Yeah. So I remember you was on this grind for a long time. I even came in and I was in one of your episodes too. Way
one of my
back.
favorites,
Yeah. So it's like, but I wasn't really focused on myself yet. Even with Nate, but Nate, I was over and shoot Nate sketches or shoot sketches for BT and stuff like that. But I wouldn't do that for myself.
Yeah.
So I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna come out and shoot for Clayton. Of course, he asked me to come through. I'm gonna come through. And then I came back for you on the Tuesday. I came back on the Wednesday. You was like, "Hey, bro, hey, come to the sketch house on Thursday." I said, "What's the sketch house?" That's where it started, bro. And I went to the sketch house at one time. I saw how everybody was doing their thing. I said, "Okay, I'm gonna come." I went back to the crib. I dusted off my cameras. I'm going to work. I'm going to work. And then 2017 in March 2017, where I was like, I'm about to start dropping content every week, at least 1 to 2 times a week. And sometimes it got to the point where I was dropping 3 times a week. I was just going. 2017, and a lot of that has to do with you. And matter of fact, my first episode of Tiberius, the first person to hold the camera for me, who's not even the camera guy, but he's a homie though. He going, if you ask a homie, that's the thing. You ask somebody to do something for you that they don't normally know how to do. Yeah, your camera heavy as a motherfucker.
It's so heavy.
We in the back of his house. Is an alley in the back of his house. We shot that first part with that first episode. What it do though? It's the big homie Tiberius. That's the first sketch I did that blew everything up. That was in the back of your house, bro. And you was a part of that, bro. I appreciate it, man. That's how it started.
Dude, let me tell you something, man. You are. I'm gonna Mondo. I see you. I'm about to bring you in so you can talk to Jai. Tangerine, you are wild. R.I.P. to the sketch house. You are my brother. Like, it's not even like we're not blood, but you're my blood. You're my brother. There's nothing that you could ask me that I would say no to, because I'm always here for you, man. And you've always given it back to all of us tenfold. You've been at every major moment in my life, professionally, personally, like your family. Mondo, come on in, talk to Ja. How you feeling, man?
What's good, y'all? What's good, Big Ja? CT, what's good, man? Big fans of y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Thank you.
Blessings, man.
I had a question for the both of y'all, to be honest, not just Ja, but it's more of I'm trying to inspire myself. What got y'all started to like actually like do these comedy skits? Because I'm a funny guy myself at times when I want to be, and I wanted to start doing skits, but it's like it don't seem that easy. Like y'all make it seem easy. Like, you feel me? Y'all make it seem like it's nothing, but I be sitting there looking like, what the hell, bro? Like, how can I get in and get involved? You know, I'm from LA, I'm from Compton myself. You feel me? So it's like,
what's happening?
I be like, bro, like, look at these brothers doing it out here, man. I'm trying to get in when I fit in. You feel me? You know, but that's my question, though. How do y'all make it look so easy? You feel me?
John, you take that away.
Okay, hey, Mondo, bro, you got to start. You just got to start. It ain't easy. I promise you, it ain't easy. And I would implore you to do this. I'm sure. Go back and watch. Because you're from here, man. Go back and watch. Go be a minute. Go back and watch 3 Strikes.
Mm-hmm.
The Wood
off back.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting saying you got to do like West Coast content, like West Coast based humor. But I started off doing what I knew. You know what I'm saying? I'm from 94 Vermont. You know what I'm saying? So I just grew up here, man. I just started. If I was a rapper, I'll rap about what I know. If I'm a filmmaker or a content creator, I'm just gonna create what I know. So just understand, Mondo. Starting off, you're gonna be whack, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm already knowing, because I'm already knowing, like, you feel me? But
understand that and be comfortable with that, you're gonna be okay, man. Because you can't expect to be as dope as Clayton Thomas or myself or anybody who's been doing it for a long time. Like I said, I met Clayton Thomas 10 years ago, a little over 10 years ago. And back then, he was shooting YouTube sketches back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And, his stuff is better now than it was back then. If I show you some stuff from when I first started, I got some stuff on another page, like 2011, bro.
Right.
Trash.
He said trash.
Okay, but you gotta be able to take those bumps and bruises, bro. It's just like different ways for doing anything. Like some people are naturally funny, but they might not be able naturally be able to translate that to content.
Right.
You got to break down dialogue first and foremost. A lot of times, funny can get lost in the lack of a strong dialogue or a strong scene. So I'm not sitting there saying go to film school. You don't got to go to film school. You know what I'm saying? But I did. But I know I'm good enough to know that you don't have to go to film school to be good as me or better than me. You know what I'm saying? So, but just understand, if you accepting the fact that you might not be that strong and your jokes might not be that funny and you might not get no views at first, you got to do it because you love to do it. I got videos right now on my IG page that still got 35 likes. If you go back to 2015, I was doing like little vlog shit. I didn't really have no team. I just had a camera and an iPad, and I was doing sketches in my room just by myself, being silly, saying all kind of silly stuff. And wasn't nobody messing with me back then. You gotta start, Mondo. You just gotta start, bro. And you gotta be willing to understand that you might not be nice until a year from now. But if you really want to do this content stuff, or you really want to show off your humor and show how funny you are, you can't expect to blow tomorrow or go viral. Some people go viral in the dance video. Some people go viral with a fight, a squabble, or something. But if you're trying to say, I want to be funny, and I want people out there who don't know me to know that I'm funny, you gotta put in your mind that I'm gonna do this every day as long as I can. If I got a full-time job, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do maybe a sketch after work and drop it the next morning on my way to work. It's doable, bro. It's doable. But some people, it ain't easy. But that's why a lot of people don't finish up. They might start doing it and then they don't see the love or the response from people like they want to, so they quit. I've done it before. I didn't know that. Subconsciously, I was like, man, I never was like, nah, I ain't doing this no more. Ain't nobody watching me. I ain't gonna do it no more. But subconsciously, I was like, man, I'm putting all this work. I'm doing this video, take after take, making sure it's funny enough. And I finally put it out. Only my homeboys from high school, and my cousins and shit. It's cool. They supposed to like it. They're your family, but ain't enough people see it. So you get not necessarily frustrated, but you get discouraged. And you'd be like, man, I don't know if I want to do this. I went 3, 4, 5 weeks without dropping anything back in the day. Now, regardless, I'm putting it out because I know that this is something I got to do if I want to be where I want to be in the future. So you said you're funny when you want to be, man. You got to start thinking about what's funny to you. Write down the list. Make a list. You know what I'm saying? Paper, nigga. I know you a hood nigga, all that. But grab a pen and paper and think about 10 funny sketches that you can think of that you can do either by yourself or with one other person. If you got a little brother, a big brother, a little sister, or somebody that really mess with you, and they got a camera phone or a camera, and they don't mind filming you, do that. I had the homie Clayton do that. I didn't have nobody that actually knew how to use cameras to shoot my stuff. So I asked my homie who don't know how, he don't even know how to use the camera, but he my partner. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, bro, just hold the camera. I'm going to focus it for you. All you got to do is hold it steady right there and push record. That's all he did.
Yeah.
You got a girlfriend? Just, hey, baby, just hold the camera right here. Matter of fact, let me get like this little stick that you can rest it on, push record, and I'm going to do my thing. Ways, I promise you, but it might look easy now bro, I got some behind the scenes stuff of me and him 3 years ago, before I really start popping, before people start noticing me. And I had to ask somebody who doesn't even know what they're doing with the camera to shoot for me. Only reason why it worked out is because he got love for me, and you got to find the same thing. You got to find somebody that really dedicate themselves to you as a friend or a family member. Grab that camera and think of yourself. It ain't gonna be good at first.
Yeah, that's a fact.
The more you do it, the more you and start watching videos. Start watching other videos. Don't necessarily take what they did, but just just look at how they opened up the scene, how they started the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Dialogue is real important. Sometimes I'm not a fan of a lot of stuff because the dialogue ain't strong. Me personally, doesn't mean it ain't funny to somebody else, but for me, I'm a tough critic. I'm nice when I critique, but I'm like it ain't do nothing for me. But you, think of funny. I'm saying, think about what's funny to you, and I thought about what's funny to me. And me personally, growing up in LA, where you growing up in Compton, you can see a lot of gang banging. You might bang yourself. It's a lot of funny stuff that be going on. The niggas gang banging, bro. And they be dead serious, but they be saying the funniest stuff. They be saying the funniest shit. You know what I'm saying? You ever see the nigga get slapped out in front of the homies? And you know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I'm saying? And how he react. Imagine being slapped by a nigga that you can't beat. That's a sketch right there. The homie, you know what I'm saying? He from such and such, you cool with him, he cool with you, but like every now and then when the girls show up, he want to show off a little bit. Y'all playing basketball, you might score on the nigga, or you might shake him and he might slide, he might slip, and somebody laugh, he get up and slap you. Not you per se, but in the sketch, it could be you.
Yeah.
And what you do when he slap you, you know what I'm saying? Either you gonna fire on them back and get packed out by the homies, or you just gonna take that slap. You know what I'm saying? So think about it. That's the stuff I think about that's funny to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let me say, man, Mondo, thank you so much, man, for coming in. I can't say it any better than that. Absolutely. Blessings, brother. Good luck to you.
My bad, Clayton. I knew I'm long-winded, bro.
No, hey, man. Hey, brother. Hey, what's going to happen is I'm about to take this next person. Oh, they jumped out. Hey, man, I love that. First of all, you sharing information is so helpful and useful to so many, not only them, but me as well. Like, I forget these things and be like, yeah, that's incredible information to use. And two, I'd love having you here. Like, I'm going to bring, first of all, anyway, I don't know how much time I got you for, but I am, I will say this. I have a special treat for the audience, and then I'm going to welcome Tyree back into the show, and I would love for me to text you and you to come back in if you at the crib.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Text me.
All right, I'm gonna text you because watch anyway.
Girl, that's my partner.
Huh?
And shout out to Tyree. That's my girl. That's my homegirl.
Which you're gonna love when she comes in because of what she has to say. Ja, thank you so much. I'm gonna bring you back in, my brother. I love you. Everybody, keep hitting the Cash App. Thank you for the blessings and blessing us. Team City all day. Ja, I shall text you shortly. Oh, you got some people you want to thank before you dip out for the first?
Hey man, thank everybody. Thank you for the initial support and for the first couple years. Yeah, man, follow me on Big Ja, all platforms, Twitter, Big Ja, Facebook, IG, YouTube, all that good stuff. Go to my website, bigja.com/app. Download my app if you want to see my videos up close and personal early before everybody else. Go ahead and do that. I got a video up there right now. I dropped yesterday. I'm coming too. I mean, it's When the Whole Crew is Stupid, part 7. So I think y'all like that.
Now, it's another thing that we're going to talk about when I bring you in. So stay home, and I'm going to text you shortly.
Well, I'll stay for a minute. But once you text me, I'll come back up.
All right, cool. All right.
Peace.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a special treat for you right now. Be bringing Ja back, but right now we on CT After Dark. Make sure you hashtag this at the bottom of your screen. Make sure you have that going. Hashtag that. I will see all the hashtags, and I will like your picture or your post. I will make sure that I give you guys a comment as long as you post something and hashtag that. I have one of my favorite. A lot of you guys don't know that I do a singing showcase every other Sunday. This Sunday will be another episode of the singing showcase where we have different singers from all over the world literally come in and showcase their gifts. And I have amazing judges with Tangerine, BT Kingsley, Ken Edwin, and I have these singers go through the gambit, and the singer who wins gets the pot of gold, so to speak, because we definitely give the winner some bread. And I reached out to one of my favorite singers of all time months ago, and I said, hey man, I know you're a superstar and you're a super professional singer, but would you come in and bless my fan base? And he was like, yeah man. And he came in. He's not only come in, but he's won the CT singing showcase over 3 times. He's in the DMV. He is one of the greatest singers that I've ever witnessed. His voice is so incredible. And when I started doing this, I said, hey man, would you come through once again and be a guest on my show? Would you be a musical guest? And he said yes. And ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to present to you one of the greatest performers of our time. If you did not know him, you are about to be introduced to him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Sway. How are you, brother?
What's up, bro?
Hey man, I'm getting out your way. Ladies and gentlemen, show your love. for Kenny Sway.
All right, let me just hook something up real quick.
Wait, don't play the music because you know the copyright situation. They definitely shut this whole thing down. But if you want to sing it a cappella or go some of your originals, go for it.
Well, no, they don't have the copyright on the Pretty Wings.
Do your thing, ladies and gentlemen. Kenny Sway.
And I cannot say what I cannot have forever. I'll always love you. I hope you feel the same. Yeah. Whoa, you play me dirty. Your game was so bad. Top of my affection. Had to fill out my prescription for the remedy. Had to set you free. Away from me, talk secretly. The way that love can be when you are not with me. I had to live. I had to live. I had to live. I had to. If I can't have you, then I'll set you free to find your pretty things around. Pretty wings, your pretty wings, your pretty wings around. I came wrong, you were right. Transform your love into life, baby, believe me. Sorry I told you lies. Hey. I turned day into night, sleep till I died 1,000 times. I should have shown you better nights, better times, better days. So now I'ma miss you more and more. Pretty wings, your pretty wings around. All pretty wings, your pretty wings around. All pretty wings, your pretty wings around. La da da da, la da 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 da. Pretty wings, your pretty wings around. Hey, pretty wings, your pretty wings around. Pretty wings, your pretty wings around. Pretty wings around. Ladies, someone's gonna love you. And I can live my life as me by. I can get down and try. Work it on out this lifetime. Work it on out this time. Ooh. CT, you got something to say before I go to the next one?
Brother, all I got to say is you better sing, Kenny. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Sway.
So this is an original song that I wrote called The Way. If y'all want to go check that out, please go to my Instagram, follow me at kenny.sway. Go to my iTunes, Spotify, Kenny Sway. This is called The Way featuring Veronica King. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Never thought I'd be the one standing next to you, babe. I try to give you all I got. If you gave me a chance, I prove to be a better man. Girl, your kisses gives me butterflies inside. Don't keep me waiting, babe. Don't want my love to fade. I get this crazy feeling when you come around. Gotta keep that same energy. Don't stray away from me. Girl, I love the way. Can you pull me close to you? Can you teach me something new? I love the way you give it to me. Don't you get nervous? Oh, baby, yeah. You're all that I imagine. The scent of your cologne puts me in the zone. You're the river I would chase. I'm making up to play. Your kisses give me butterflies inside. I won't keep you waiting. I don't want our love to fade. I get this crazy feeling when you come around. Gotta keep that same energy. Go straight away from me.
Put y'all lighters up.
Close to you. Can you teach me something new? Come on, baby. You know you're good. Love the way you give it to me. Don't you get nervous?
Yeah, help me sing this part thing.
La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la
Come on, y'all, right here.
To you, can you teach me something new? Baby, 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 baby. Tell me what you give it to me. Don't you get nervous? Oh yeah. Baby, 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 baby.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Sway. Ladies and gentlemen, his Cash App is right here. If you would like to bless this man, hit his Cash App. Kenny, tell me right now, man, where can I buy that song?
Yo, that is actually everywhere, bro. That
Is it
song
on
is on
iTunes right now? I'm about to buy it.
It's on iTunes called The Way. What you think about that, man?
Kenny, you think I'm bullshitting. That's what you think. That's what I think, is that you think that I'm bullshitting. Hold on a second. Let me type in your name, Kenny Sway. Brother, I'm over here. I'm rocking hard too. I'm like, oh, brother, hold on a second now. The Way, Kenny Sway, bam. And it's only 69 cents. Come on, you can't beat no price like that. Hold on, I'm buying it right as I'm typing. Put the young password up in there. Bam, purchased. Just got that song.
Thank
you. Woo, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, I am definitely going to have him back. Kenny Sway, I can never thank you enough, man. Your voice, your God-given talent is crazy.
Appreciate it.
Get the song, ladies and gentlemen. It's on iTunes right now. I just downloaded it. People who watching the replay, get that, download that, support this brother, follow him everywhere. You will not be sorry. He performs everywhere. He's entertained hundreds of thousands and at this point millions over his complete career, man. Dude, I'm honored to be in your life. I'm honored that you did the show, and I'm gonna have you back. Anything you want to say to the people before you dip out?
Man, yeah, just love God, and just make sure you guys have a positive mindset and hard times like this. We gotta keep in mind that God is still in control of us, of the universe, and as long as we keep our eyes on Him, everything and anything is possible. But CT, I would like to thank you for even bringing me on here, because I was like, I don't even know what StreamYard is, and I'm like, yo, what do I do? But I went on and downloaded all that I needed. But please, make sure you guys donate to my Cash App, Sway Nation. I do this because of you guys, but I most importantly do this because of my daughter. And yeah, appreciate you, CT.
Man, so much appreciation and gratitude from me, man. We will talk soon, brother. All right, man.
Yeah. All right, bro.
Let me tell y'all something, man. This, what y'all just saw, was pure God-given talent. Isaac just bought the song. I'll be running that track tonight. Thanks in advance. Like, when I come across people that are like this brother's an angel. This voice that he has is purely from God. He's crafted it. He's perfected his tones and his ups and his downs and all. Man, this brother's just so talented, and I'm so glad to have been able to hear an original, because he destroys and bodies every cover that he sings. And it's like he's sang some songs that are better than the original artist. So when I got a chance to hear that, I'm like, bro, I am in. I am about to show you guys another one of my favorite funny videos right now. You're going to love this. At least I hope you do. Check this out from a brother called Brotherly Love. Check it out.
Hey, if you get them basketball pants, use what basketball pants, boy? Hey. You used to study while on the school. You went Rockies again. I ain't never seen a brand new pair of 2K lows. Hey, if you get them basketball pants, if you get you starch and a crease in your pants, you put them pants on that ironing board and you lined up the seams and sprayed that starch on them pants so you can crease them pants. You wanted them pants to stand up before you wore them pants. That's how you put your pants on. If you get you starch.
Let me tell you something. This brother's been making me laugh so hard on IG lately. Do you understand me? Kev on Stage posted like a compilation of his videos like a week or two ago, and I followed this dude and saw so many more videos that weren't in it. And this guy has my follow. He should definitely get yours as well. He's super funny. What I'm going to be doing on CT After Dark from now on lately is going to be presenting the meme of the day or something funny that I saw, and I definitely want you guys to be able to see it. Coming into the show right now, she is a young lady that is one of my favorite people on the planet. When I talk about some of the funniest comedians that have graced the stage ever, I'm not just talking about somebody that, oh, look, this is Richard Pryor or Eddie Murphy. And a lot of times people leave out the women that have us barreling and doubling over. When I tell you Monique is one of my favorite comedians, male or female, this young lady that I'm about to mention is also in my category of the greatest comedians that I've ever seen. She's so funny. She's funny naturally, and she's even funnier on stage when she's performing in front of the hundreds of thousands. She is a writer for the Connors. She is on Black Jesus. She is also written and writing on The Last OG this season. We are so lucky to have her. She just got added to Essence's funniest female comedians, which they should take the female out, funniest comedians, and she is on and she is here for us right now from LA. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyree Elaine, how are you?
Hello. That was quite the church house intro. I definitely feel like the guest speaker. That's like, yes, Lord. Yeah,
here's the thing.
It's about him.
Yo, because it's about him, not about me.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. It's all about him. I was listening to, I was like, I don't know if I did have this shit, but okay. She was on Variety's top 10 to watch. Was I? Let me Google her.
What's up? So first, let's talk about that. How does it feel? Essence has just acknowledged you for your God-given talent. How does it feel?
Damn, that was crazy. I remember I was outside. Oh man, when shit like that happens. Hello, friends. Oh my gosh, I just see all these people. Okay, yeah. So like when stuff like that happens, typically something just happened prior that made me go, let me chill. You know what I mean? Like I was probably stressed or worried or whatever about something. And I remember I was like, let me just chill. Excuse me for a second. And I remember I went outside for like 20 minutes and just listened to some music from outside. And then I came back in the house. My phone was in the living room. I came back. Oh, thank you so much, Melanie. I love Dirty 30s. But yes, the phone was in the living room. And, you know, I looked after not getting nothing, all just dry ass phone. I come back. My rep is like, oh, Essence would like to do an interview, like from nothing. And I was just like, okay, this chilling shit seems to work in my benefit. So I think I'ma just, every time I trip or am overly concerned about something, blah, blah, blah. I love you too. I will just opt to chill. Things could be working for me because I never would have thought like Essence. I was so nervous too. Oh my God.
Of course.
But I was really, really grateful. I wasn't sure if they was gonna ask for a picture or not, but you know, because I wasn't sure like how deep. Yeah. You know, like I don't know if you've ever experienced this like type of thing, just doing this, where you get some seemingly good news about your career, right? And you get attached to this outcome, right? Yeah. As opposed to just getting excited about the news. You be like, that's gonna put me there. That's gonna put me there. Then somebody gonna be like, that girl, I want to make her a star. And then when that don't happen, you just feel some type of way about the news. You feel disappointed, yada, yada, yada. This time, I didn't know how deep they were going to go because they didn't ask for a picture right away. So I didn't know how big it was going to be, but I still was like, fuck that. This is Essence Magazine. I've been reading that magazine since I was in the nail shop with my mama. So, you know, like, let me just be grateful for what it is as opposed to, you know, all the different things that it could be. Because I'm going to get attached to that, all this different shit it could be. And then if it don't happen, I'm going to feel some type of way. So, you know, and then they asked for a picture. And then 5 minutes later, it was like, okay, the link is live. I was like, oh, just like, because the article was written. More money. Yeah, I thought I was going to have to waste some more time. None of that shit. So it was really cool. It was nice to try this newfound attitude, you know, the character trait or whatever that I have on something that, you know, I've been doing for a long time, but I just looked at it in a different perspective. It was nice. It was really cool.
Real quick, I want to say to Ran, thank you. Chris Zapata, Lee, Autumn, bless you guys. Stephen Conley, Michelle, appreciate you so much. Team CT clap for all you guys. As a matter of fact, you gotta change your name to the Cash App so people know.
This was already here.
Just go down.
Excuses, making excuses, ass bitch. This was already here. I didn't have nothing to do. Okay, wait. Let me see.
Click the three dots,
but I don't think I'm having issues. Do what now?
Click the three dots right on your name right there, then hit edit name, and then bam. Gotcha. Yeah, so as people bless you, we definitely will stop the show and thank them because this is you guys' hard-earned money, and we do not overlook that. We thank you so much. Look at that. Another person got the Kenny Sway song. Nice. We need more recognition of great women like you, Tyree. We do, and that is exactly why you see her on your screen. Hello, pay attention, because I'm appreciating these amazing women. So let me ask you this. This is the question of the day. Question of the day. Would you be comfortable with your spouse being close friends with their ex?
With their ex?
With their ex.
With their ex. Would I be comfortable with my spouse being close friends with their ex?
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. I don't know if that's something that you got to grow into, but I for damn sure don't fit them pair of pants today. So, you know, like I'm pretty sure that there are people who are comfortable with that, who are incredibly secure, and I feel like I'm pretty secure too, but not that secure. I would not. I'm in the part of my life where if I don't prefer something, I just don't entertain it. I don't prefer that, so I probably would, and not even be on no like nigga fuck nigga clown ass bitch nigga, like none of that. It probably would just be like, you know what, why don't we just be friends too? Because I would prefer a nigga who's not close friends with his ex, and you obviously prefer to be close friends with your ex, and our preferences don't match, so let's just be cool.
Tyree is crazy.
You know her answer is hell no. It used to be hell no, but now it's like, you know, I sat and I thought about it. What am I doing? I sat and I thought about it. I put myself in that position. I didn't like how I felt in that position and questioned where that didn't like it feeling came from. It came from a space of me not being that secure. I'm not insecure, but I'm not that secure to where that shit is something that I would be comfortable with. So
let me guess. Your eyebrow control has always made me laugh.
This one is the trouble one.
When you be moving your eyebrows, bro. I remember, I think at the time you might have just started doing comedy. We were at the Union. So if I was 22, you were 21. So about to be 22. So I remember you had a friend. She was like a dark-skinned girl. She would come around you. Yeah, Brie. Oh, really? Oh, I'm like, girl, you fine as now. You're rich.
Relax.
Everybody go. So, hold on, Terry got the money now, so her hell no now is I don't prefer that.
I have money to buy the new words.
I love it. I have, you know, me tell you, I have the money that I take my time when speaking now.
Oh yeah, I don't rush for shit.
Why am I rushing? So, so Bree was so dope. I think at the time I was like, yo, Tyree, you know what I'm saying? Get with your girl Bree. And you were like, oh no, she's not like that. And you were giving me the eyebrow control. And I start laughing. And you're like, I don't see what's funny. And I'm like, I'm not laughing at what you said. I'm laughing at how you talking to me with these eyebrows. Classic, yo.
Yes. Ain't no telling. I'm aware of them now.
Yeah.
When I'm like shooting something that I can stop and then look at, because we're live.
Yeah.
It's kind of
So tell me this. So I have another joint that I need your opinion on before we get into some things. So interestingly enough, what just happened was, a big fan of this brother I've become. Let me show you this. John David Washington says he would rather hide his father's identity to get acting jobs on his own. I used to lie saying he was a construction worker or in jail. How do you feel about that?
Well, he didn't have to say jail. Goddamn, he could have construction worker. I mean, whatever. I guess. Like, God damn, why he gotta feed into the? It's cool.
Exactly.
I get it.
Uh-huh.
I get it. He wants to be respected for his ability, not whose son he is.
Right.
I get it. And I remember I met him at ABFF, and the girl who I was with, she was like, is that Denzel Washington's son? I was like, who? Where? He's like, we had just took a picture together. Me, him, and the host of the of the award show, whatever. And I had no idea because I kept going, no. She was like, this guy right here. I was like, no, I did not know. That was in fact the truth that I did not know. But she was like, no, that's his son. Look at him. I was like, I am. That can't be his son.
I am.
I forgot, like because I used to go to West Angeles. I believe they go to West Angeles. And I remember meeting all his kids at like children's church or something. Yeah. And I remember thinking to myself, because I saw the mom, I was like, oh yeah, there are times where you look like your mama. So yeah, he looks like Pauletta, but I completely just was looking for somebody who looked just like Denzel Washington.
Like Denzel. Yeah.
And he probably don't want to hear that shit. Like,
and you know what? Hearing that, it's like I completely agree with you. One, he definitely looks just like Pauletta, but he sounds just like Denzel, which is crazy. I think earlier on, this is how I look at it. I look at it from both sides because you and I don't have famous parents, thank God. But in the same breath, I think we look at it like that because we're like, yo, if your dad was this person, I will be saying it every minute. Like, hey, yeah, my daddy Denzel, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's like you want something on your own esteem. But by you having something at your own esteem, you don't have to berate or downplay your father. Perfect example, Damon Wayans Jr. When we started comedy, Damon Wayans Jr., for me, when I got to LA, Damon Wayans Jr. was going on stage by the name of Steve something, right? Yeah. And I'm like, yo, that dude looks just like Damon Wayans. And they're like, yeah, that's him. He just goes by a different name because he doesn't want people saying that's his dad. I'm like, but he looks like him. They're like, yeah, but he wants his own thing. So I respect it. But he also didn't say stuff like, you know, I used to tell people my dad did. It's like, fam, you don't have to diminish what he is. Yes. You know what I'm saying? To be who you want to be.
Yes. Same. And that's probably why I reacted like jail. Like I have had a father that was in jail, and that was the last thing I wanted to tell niggas, just because I don't know, that nigga was really in jail. Maybe it didn't mean nothing because he's not really in jail. It's like pretend.
Yeah.
I was like, why you gotta say all that? Because he's never really experienced that. So okay, but I get why he doesn't want to tell people. The only way I would probably tell people is if I was not a good actor.
Oh yeah. I
have to tell people in order to get what the fuck I want.
I feel like now, because he's getting like these bigger movies, like each movie is bigger than the last. Tangerine, I never knew that, but yeah, Damon Jr. used to come to the comedy clubs. Now here's the different thing. At least John David Washington looks like his mother. So people wouldn't say, oh, you look like your dad. You know what I'm saying? But David Wayans Jr. looks exactly. I don't see his mother anywhere in his face. That is his daddy's child. But
as far as we know, his mama looked like his daddy.
That
perhaps.
As far as we know. So that is so, you know, but yeah, if you were a trash actor, or not even that, or you look at Jaden Smith, Jaden, I feel like never really even had a choice to do anything but be extremely famous because your parents are two mega stars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, bro, what are you gonna do? Sell paint?
I know, right? What if he wanted to? What if he genuinely? Some people genuinely want to. Like, I know Diana Ross has, I think, 4 or 5 kids. And well, technically Denzel was in prison and he got years ago. Okay, so, but he was Jesus Shuttlesworth daddy. So Jesus Shuttlesworth play that, not Daddy Washington. Okay, so she has Tracy Evan, Rhonda, who is I think she's a singer, but that's also Barry Gordy's daughter too. And then she has another daughter, I believe her name is Chudney, and she just does what the fuck she want to do. And the same thing. Yes, there's families like that where there's some people who just, I prefer to do something else.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, for Jaden, I just thought about that. Like, damn, what if he had a conversation with Will and was like, I just really want to be a teacher at an inner city elementary school? Like, Will Smith would probably bust up laughing. Like, that's a good one, son.
Mm-hmm.
Go run your lines. Like, ain't nobody. But what if he genuinely,
Go run your lines.
hilarious.
Now, give me this. Very few people that are in here right now. Yes, John David is a great actor. Very few people who are in here right now know our love for sitcoms. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Preferably the classics. Now, give me 5 of your go-to. Give me 5. Shout out to BT Kingsley. You can check that out on his YouTube page right now. Tyree is in an episode, actually 2 episodes. You're in both episodes that are on his page right now.
Oh, is the second one on that I'm in?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I only knew the first one.
Yeah, they both on his YouTube page right now.
So I didn't know the movies was on there, but I won the shows one. You can read the comments. I'm not just saying that. I won the first one.
In love to my boy BT, we're doing a Gimme 5 segment right now. So give me your 5 favorite 90s sitcoms.
Martin, of course. Living
of course.
Moesha, now that it's on the Netflix and I ain't gotta go tracking on YouTube down for it before it gets ripped the fuck off of YouTube, rightfully so. But let me see, Moesha, Girlfriends, which is kind of 90s, but 2000s as well.
I'll give you that. I'll give it to you.
Yeah, it's old. Let me see who got the last one. You
better say it.
What? I better say
I'm listening.
Let me say wait. Martin, let me cheat because I got prospects all over the goddamn. So you said 90s, so I can't say Lucy. Let me see. I guess
you probably got no Good Times in there. So who else?
Yeah, I couldn't say Good Times on this one because you said 90s. I'm trying to keep it cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so Martin, Living Single, Moesha, Girlfriends, and I'm gonna just say Family Matters because I was running through Family Matters when I first left the Sean house, nigga. That was my only friend. He just got on Hulu and I was like, this is my only friend.
Here's the funny thing. Now, this is a good list. Now, mind you guys, this is the Gimme 5 segment. Shout out to BT Kingsley. I thought you were going to hit me with Jamie Foxx show, which you know is one of my favorite. What?
Sorry, I don't have a box set today. That I did have it. It was Alfonso's, but he fucked around and wanted it back. I'm like, nigga, okay. But I did have, yes.
And wanted it back.
I'm sorry, that's all I needed. But then if I say Jamie Foxx, I gotta say Wayans Brothers too.
That's who I thought you were going to say immediately before Family Matters.
Yeah, I have a special relationship with Family Matters. So you know, but yes, Fresh Prince. You know what? I can fuck with Fresh Prince, but I don't laugh. No, Girlfriends is not a 90s show, but you know, Clayton allowed
I gave it to her. Yeah.
And I watch it far too much to not try to include it. Okay, so
this is a sketch show, Mia. That's not a sitcom. But keep going.
We talked about that on the show because somebody tried to do In Living Color on the show. If you look at my prime, like regulars, the ones that stay there, at one point. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. At one point, okay. Fresh Prince was on there, but I was really only messing with the dark skinned mom episodes. So, you know, and I can only watch 3 seasons over and over so long. You know what I mean? Before I just fuck around and go Wayans Brothers and Jamie Foxx show. So yeah, Jamie Foxx, Wayans Brothers, but I feel like that should be a 2-for-1.
I'll give you that because they both definitely came on back to back with on the WB. Now, interestingly enough, like when we're talking about Family Matters, a lot of people talk about Fresh Prince and they're like, yeah, light skin on Viv, dark skin on Viv. That's what lets me know who were true fans of Family Matters or not. What I'm about to say, people don't even realize that they had a light skin and dark skin Harriet on Family Matters. She left for about 2 or 3 seasons, and then interestingly, unlike Fresh Prince, she came back.
Wait a minute.
Didn't know that, did you? See?
What 2 or 3 seasons did Johnny leave?
The full 3 names. She left, I believe, in season 6 or 7.
Oh, the dark ages. Okay.
Yeah. That's when we were growing up and kind of not really watching it. That's to be honest.
And ABC was like, please, fuck with it. A new mom. Here. No, nothing's working. He's like, we can't keep him young. Please stay young.
That's how I knew time was going by, because Jaleel was doing Urkel less and less and more Stefan. He was like, hey fam, I'm standing up straight today. You understand me? Let's do Stefan as anybody else, but I'm not doing Steve.
He was making Carl and them get in the chamber. I'm not. Yes. I did not know that. Okay, so I did know that there was a quote unquote light skinned Harriet, but she was the last literally 2 episodes of the series.
No.
I did it. Yeah, and it's Gina Mama. It's the one who played
Gina Mama. Yep.
Yeah, but I'm like, when did she do something in between? Like I only watched maybe like the first 5 seasons. Like when 3J came around, I was turned off. I was like, y'all cannot just throw in a child and think that'll do it.
That'll get him.
Oh, 3J. He's like from the Simpsons. Oh, something new to be excited for.
3J. It was, for me, 3J ended up going on to the Jamie Foxx show too, and he was dope. But I felt like when they brought 3J on, it was only because Richie wasn't hitting on shit as a character. So they was like, let's bring in another kid to take the shot.
It's not working. It's not the personal kid. You and your Jerry curl and your tricycle. Just we'll pay the rest of your contract out.
Yo, that Richie wasn't hitting on shit. Richie was probably the most bland. After that moonwalk, Richie ain't got shit. He did that one moonwalk. We were like, all right, get out of here, Richie. We need something better. We need a hood kid. Come here.
Wow, us.
Yo, I loved. Let's see. Hang on, Mr. Cooper. Hang on, Mr. Cooper was dope, but it wasn't on nobody's favorite list. You know what I mean? Like, we watched it
to watch. Like,
but
this is on here. Yeah,
Sister was dope, but there were no outside of Go Home Roger. You know, I had a crush on him. You said you weren't a twin.
No, I said I wasn't attached.
Got you.
Like all I know is y'all just name it. All the rice and noodles of
the
okay, Sparks.
Yo, do you remember Sparks, bro?
Hey man, yeah.
Sparks was literally the best. I was like, "What is this? This is like a lawyer sitcom. This was dope." With James Avery, Uncle Phil, he was the dad on there. Terrence Howard was in it. Miguel Nunez, my boy Arif. Man, that was a good Kim Whitley.
Yeah, it was good, but it still Sparks. So it doesn't get to go. Sorry,
it doesn't get to go.
It is what it is. Saved by the Bell. I mean, but there were so many
teen comedy shows on. Here's the Saved by the Bell. Everybody who knows me knows, like, this shirt was designed as Saved by the Bell. You know what I mean? I love Saved by the Bell. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. However, when we're talking about sitcoms, that can't be in the running because it's a different genre of sitcom. Like, that's
you're right, is what Clay would like to say.
That's what I want to say. But I appreciate you, Tyree.
Okay, please go on because I'm curious.
Parenthood was a good show that got lost in the mix. It was. I'll tell you why I got lost in the mix. After Faison Love left, to me, it was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they replaced it with first of all, anytime you replace a dynamic character, the audience isn't going to respond well. It's like step by step when Cody left. It's like, fam, I ain't watching this without Cody.
Yeah.
Without Cody?
Abandonment issues and y'all triggering it by kicking motherfuckers out the house and shit. Like, what is this?
Yo, I used to love that. Go ahead.
Okay, so Parenthood is on. If you got Showtime, you can watch it for 7 days for free if you got the Prime. So I binged Parenthood from beginning to end. And this is where it went left.
Yeah.
Because TK came on, and TK wasn't nothing but 3J all grown up.
That's exactly what it was.
That's it.
Grown up 3J.
Yes, 2 of 3J. That's it. Another, and he was so. It was just. There was an episode where it just got too ridiculous. There's an episode that's hilarious. The Brat was one of his friends. Do you remember this episode? The Brat was one of his friends and she couldn't read. She couldn't read. And Mr. Peterson was trying to teach her how to read, but her daddy was fucking with it. And so she had the big test, big test. Top of Act 3, the big test.
Yeah.
Mr. Peterson, my daddy won't let me take that test because I got to do some hood shit around the neighborhood. And so Mr. Peterson goes up to Boo, the girl. The Brat name was Boo. It said the Brat as Boo. So Boo Daddy get all in and rob her face. And then she comes around and she takes it. She passes it. I did it, Mr. P. And I'm supposed to believe that as a 13-year-old.
We forgot about Rock. We didn't forget about Rock. Rock was extremely heavy on a freaking weekday evening. It wasn't even funny.
In the middle of the day.
They were dealing with like true injustice. I'm 9, fam, at most. What are we talking about watching Rock?
We're talking about like stuff for grown people with a childlike lens.
Yeah.
Dirty
This Comic View wasn't a sitcom, fam. Now you're just naming shows. Now I will say Kenan and Kel, I'm binge watching on Amazon Prime. Kenan and Kel does not go into the adult sitcom category, but I would add that to the Saved by the Bell category. But Kenan and Kel, Tyree and I, first of all, are extremely huge fans of all that and Kenan and Kel. Personal friends with Kel Mitchell. That's the only time I'll ever name drop because we know Kel, bro. It's
don't throw that only time card out for Kel. Save it. That's the only time. And then you meet Obama tomorrow and be like, shit, I spent it on Kel. Bring it back.
I spent it on Kel, bro. Let me tell you something. Rock was a grown people show. When I met Kel Mitchell, I remember I was with Alfonso, and we were outside a Zen Lounge, which is Boogie B. What's up, Boogie B?
Hey.
Click the link and come in and talk to us for a second, man. So I was at Zen Lounge and I was hanging out with Alfonso, and Kel Mitchell was walking up, and I turned to Alfonso. I say, Alfonso, that's Kel Mitchell, bro. He's like, yeah, it's Kel. I was like, yeah. Alfonso get excited.
Yeah, that's exactly how
what's going on? He's like, hey man, introduce me to Kel. And he was like, all right, cool. He introduced me. I was so nervous, but Kel, like to this day, is like family. But at that point, bro, I could not believe I was in Kel's presence. What was it like the first time you met him?
He was just super cool. I featured for him at Flappers, me and Pretty Ricky and Alfonso. We featured for him at Flappers for a couple weekends. And it was, if I'm performing with somebody, I don't have time to be nervous. Like I remember I did that because I have to perform too. And ain't nobody worth me looking like a fool because I'm nervous because I'm in this person's. Yeah. The only time that's ever happened was when I was featuring for Tony Roberts. I was like, I don't want to finish the weekend because I'd rather just watch.
Yeah.
I can't do, you know what I'm saying? Y'all really are just naming any old show. You might as well say Homeboys in Outer Space.
Which, if we gonna mention it, Homeboys in Outer Space was not a bad theme song. It was a trash show.
Yeah,
because it was trying to do too much, but the song was fire.
Yeah, the song was on iTunes, but the show.
I watched Steve Harvey show. I enjoyed it. Oh, this goes back to Kel. My favorite episode of Steve Harvey show is when Kenan and Kel guest starred, and they was like, when the funk hits the band, all the people want to dance, gotta get funky. I was like, oh. Yeah,
with me. They are performers. They like are performers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, and from being a kid, and they not weird. Like,
right.
I'm from LA, so I'm not with that weird shit. So the city doesn't impress me because I'm from here. But like, I know that some people, when they come here and they're already on and all this other stuff, they tend to have this weird film. It's not a very, good film, despite them being, immensely talented. Kel, and I met Kenan. At an event, normal too. Yeah, he was hosting though, so I didn't have time to be nervous. He was hosting something I was performing. So I was like, oh, get it together, keep together, keep together, keep together, keep together.
Keep it together, keep it together, keep it
together, keep together.
He was cool.
He was so cool. He was so cool. He was hosting something that, oh man, Brandy and Ray J Daddy sang something and it didn't go well. And Keenan, I was like, we about to see how cool Keenan is because he's a host. He has to acknowledge this, but he don't.
Yeah.
Like I'm the type of host where I probably would not have acknowledged it because I don't know, I'm a trash host. But I wanted to see where this was going. And he came up and he respectfully acknowledged something. So, and it was funny. He had the crowd rolling, but he was real. I was like, okay, this brother, he's real. So yeah, I got a different type of respect too.
When the funk hits the fan, Pharaoh, give me back my land. Come on, get funky.
Pharaoh, give me back my land.
Yo, what'd he say? He's like, it's gonna smell like chitlins, grits, and ham. Gotta get funky. Get funky.
Oh my God. I wish I knew Steve Harvey like that. I know Wayne's brothers here, so I know my love goes bang bang bang. More
my love.
Yes.
Go bang bang bang. You better run. Little pain. Oh God, rest in peace. Huh?
God, I forgot he passed. Do you smoke?
No. Why?
Okay, so one day I had an edible, and I could not get the beginning part. Okay. So I had one of these bottles open, and then I turned the heater on, and it popped, and I didn't know what it was. And I remember I was like, "Oh, it's the bottle." I was like, "What's that sound pumping through the night?" The sound I hear, all because of this. Anybody who smokes or high know it always takes some shit like that to take you to that, to take you to a song.
Yo,
I love, and then every time throughout the night, the shit was popping. Yeah. Every time it popped, what's that sound pumping through the night?
Yeah. Yo, you. I had a moment with you. Hold on. Bam. All right. I had a moment with you that you make me remember this more than a movie. First of all, I'm not gonna forget what I'm about to say. The PJs was classic. Yes, that's a fact. The PJs. I will sing the theme song in a minute. Anyway, one of my favorite Tyree moments. I think we were laughing about something, and what ended up happening is I laughed. I was like, ha, ha! And you were like, yes, I did. And we started thinking about Friday. It was like, ha, ha, yes, it did. And bro, I think about that more than I think about Friday. Because you just referenced it. That made me laugh.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. That was.
Yes, it did.
I laugh like that for real now. Can you believe it? I've turned into Smokey Mama.
Yo, well, the PJs is PJs in the project.
Oh, red high rise, y'all.
Living in the what was it? Living in a
cardboard condo. Homeboy in a homemade bungalow.
In the middle of the day on a one-way street. Yeah.
Living with the big PJs. So I'm so happy other people fuck with the PJs because me and my best friend, I don't know if you remember Kenya, my best friend Kenya, we was
super thick Kenya chocolate caked up and caked out. I'm sorry, keep going. I remember Kenya. That's what I'm trying to say.
We was talking about we watch, obviously we have very similar tastes in TV. And so we call each other, it's not toxic, I promise, to the readers, because it's not toxic, it's because it's funny. But we insult people, we insult each other by calling each other people from so she'll call me, she'll be like, hey Muriel, are you in bed with Thurgood or whatever? And I'll go, hey Mumbo Garcelle. Hey Mumbo Garcelle.
Mumbo Garcelle.
Oh, yes. And she be threatening to get off I'm gonna call somebody else. I'm like, you don't have anybody else you can do this with.
Yeah. And that's what makes a friend, yo. Like when you get a chance to truly have those moments. How is she? How is Kenya, by the way?
She's good. good. I mean, she working and got the kids and everything. I don't particularly care for that part because I don't have those issues. But no,
I don't particularly care for that part.
because I'm not ready. I'll hear her being a mom and shit, and I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like
right
you
there.
would be. I think you're gonna be a funny mom. Like beyond, like, okay, let's say the first 3 years goes by, you're going to be hilarious as a mom. Hold on, what's up? What are you looking for?
Hey, Tange.
Very bluish white.
It's blurry bluish white. She says, "Hey, Tange,
Hey,
Tyree,
I just want you to look more.
you want this?
Do you look more brown? You look light skinned this whole show.
I look light skinned this whole show. Well, maybe I need to walk around with the damn light like that for society to give me respect." All right. I'll start giving you my personal issues. Tyree, bro. Okay, so wait a minute. God, you made me laugh. Okay, Mad TV was also a sketch show, which was fire for the first 3 or 4 seasons, and then it got out of control.
Yes. Something happened.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. You will be a great mom around like age 5 and 6, because that's when I feel like you'll start roasting the kid, and it's going to be hilarious. Sit down over there crying and shit. Like I just see you doing.
I cannot. After I literally just went through a whole. What do you call it? The like mystic people call it shadow work. I think therapists call it like reparenting. Where you take a specified amount of time and you just completely reevaluate the way in which you were raised. Not as right or wrong, but just if it's something that you would agree with right now as a grown person, right? And so I realized a lot of things like things my mama did and you know, other moms, you know, that I knew, my friends' moms, family, other moms or whatever, they all did the same thing. But now that I realize the type of woman that I want to be, all that shit was not helpful for the direction I'm trying to go in. It was very, very like if I have time after I do all this stuff that I need to do to like keep a roof over your head and, you know, all this other stuff on some, you know, just trying to take care of a kid by yourself, then I'll try to have patience with you. Then I'll try to, you know, all that stuff. So I understand the logic behind what happened, but I would just truly prefer to have so much help so that I'm not overwhelmed with sit down and I'm trying to do this. It will just be about, you know, the motherhood. And I'm older, so I have more patience, I think, than my mom did when she had me. She had me when she was only 20. So, you know.
She was growing up as well. My mom had my sister. So my mom is definitely watching as well. But my mom had my sister at like 18. So she was a teenage parent. My sister had her first kid at 19. So she was a teenage parent. So growing up, my mother installed this fear in me to not get a girl pregnant. Don't come around here with no kids. So that always in my mind was like, oh, if I get a girl pregnant, I'm going to disappoint my mom. And before you know it, now I'm 34 with no kids. And I'm like, I don't think I'm about to have no kids, because it's like, one, because I have been trying to beat my parents' records with having a kid, because my dad also had a kid young, but I think he was 21 when he had me. So it became fear of that. And then the next part of it for me became my mother didn't have a lot of patience with me growing up, like you said with yours. And it was like, they said, hey, ma. So my mom didn't have a lot of patience with me. So I, in turn, don't have patience with a lot of people. But my mom now, she's 59, about to be 60, and she called herself, well, you know, you got to be patient. I'm like, who is this? Where were you when I was a kid? I needed this woman. You so understanding.
Who is this? Where were you?
She's so cool. Like my mom, if you talk to my mom right now, she ain't talking about nothing. She just calm. Ain't nothing going wrong. Everything's a blessing. I'm like, I would have loved for you to have been my mom when I was a kid. I needed this. I would have been, you know, I got scared of doing math because I asked her for help and she was like, and I'm like, now I'm great at English, but math
Yep.
is not my strength. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I did a live talking about, you know, fear, in like instilling fear in children.
Yeah.
And how you don't, I said I would prefer anybody, not just my kids or whatever, anybody, somebody that's working for me, somebody that's in relationship with me. I would prefer them to love me and respect me versus fear me. Sure, you can get motherfuckers to get stuff, you know, to do stuff for you or get things done for you because they fear you, but you don't have to, like, fear is so, I get it. But it was so instilled in me that I was nervous, too nervous to make choices in my life and be stern and firm and confident in them. You know what I mean? And so, honestly, what I'll tell you this, I mean, at least you know the woman that you need right now. And, you know, you can kind of take those things and that she's giving you now and use those things to reparent yourself. I have to literally do it on my own, which is cool. Like I have to be the woman that I needed for me when I was a little girl.
That's wild. And we've talked about that. I think the difference now, because my mom and me are extremely close, and I more so laugh at the fact because me and my mom have always been close, even though she was extremely impatient with me as a kid. But like, she's the best. And it's one of those things where my relationship with my mom is so strong that it's the relationship that I began to have with my dad before he passed a couple years ago. And it was like, man, this is really what I appreciate about being an adult and having my parents, or having my mom and having had my dad at the time, was being able to know them outside of mama and daddy. Like, I knew Clayton and Tanya, you know what I'm saying? And to know my mom is a person made me understand her so much more growing up, because I'm like, oh my God, you had me and you were 26. Here I am 34. I couldn't imagine having a kid at 26. And my dad, 21, it's like, you didn't know shit. And you out here with a full baby? You tripping, fam. You tripping.
Yeah. It's cool when they have identities.
Yeah.
Outside of being a parent, but some parents don't have identities outside of being your mama. And you know, even when you do get to be grown, like, it's nice that they even revealed themselves to you to be able to keep it real with you as Clayton and Tanya, you know, versus no, I'm perfect and I'm your mama and you don't question me and you know everything is right. Which is in my experience, and unfortunately a lot of my friends, their experiences where it's like this, you know, if you're the parent and then the kid is growing up, even when the kid get grown, like the adult doesn't want, the parent doesn't want hilarious. See, your parents had names.
I know my mom and dad's name. I didn't call them by their names. I'm just saying who they are. Keep going.
Outside of being, but there's so many parents who, you know, they don't ever want you to see them as, you know, real mom and real dad. They want you to see them as just mom and dad. I don't want you to see my mistakes and blah, 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 blah. And that's a personal thing that they have to reveal to you. You know what I mean? So yes, that's Autumn Reed. That's what I was saying. Like, respect is far more efficient to me.
I have more. My mom makes me laugh nowadays because she's not my friend, but we're extremely close, because they tell you by the time you're about 6, I ain't your friend. They tell you that off top. But for me, it's being able to appreciate talking to her, the knowledge that she has, her making me laugh, her knowing me. Like, I can get on the phone with her and I'd be like, hey, how you doing? And she'd be like, oh, what what's wrong? And I'm like, just having a bad day, or I'm hungry. And she's like, I know, you my child, go get you something to eat, I'll talk to you, because she knows me. Whereas when, you know, you might talk to somebody in the streets and they say something and you're like, I don't mean it like that, I'm dealing with something, and they don't want to hear that because they don't know you. So I definitely appreciate her now. Also, she doesn't have to do anything for me. Like, as a kid, they so responsible for you, and of course your parent is always going to worry about you, but as an adult, she doesn't have to go take me shopping for school clothes next week. You know what I'm saying?
It's all fun and games now.
It's all fun.
It's all fun and games. It's like, you know, they get to be them, and you get to be you, and y'all can have a relationship based off of that. That's what I hope for. You know, myself and my mother, we're estranged at the moment. I talk about that or whatever, just because some people think that is a cardinal, you know, sin. But it's like if a relationship is not working for either party, you know, then the relationship should be like both parties should split and you know, grow and heal from whatever independently, so they're not codependent on each other for healing and growing, and then reconvene for a better, healthier relationship as individuals. You know, I'm the youngest adult in my family on my mom's side, and
that's the side that really matter. I mean, we don't really talk about it.
because I've voiced that before, and somebody was like, "That's a goddamn lie," and I'm like, "What?" See, she lying, and then they mentioned cousins on my dad's side. I said, "Oh yeah." I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about my actual family. No, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding. So kidding.
It's the people that you grow with. Like, I have a little sister, and that's my baby. I love her to death. But then, you know, she has I didn't grow up in a house with her. Like, she's my blood sister. We look alike, like all of that. But she grew up in a house with her older sister, which is my stepsister, and I can't fault her for laying more of a claim to her because she grew up with her. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that doesn't make her not my sister. It's just when I say I'm the baby, I'm talking about my mama's house.
That's what I didn't even consider. You know what I mean? And we cool. I'm not talking about y'all. But nowadays I'm very clear about it. Growing up, I was the baby. Yeah. And when I got grown, I realized that they probably were never going to see me as anything outside of the baby, and that did not work for me. Yeah, it was a disservice to me as a grown up to continue to be in this environment where I'm looked at as a baby, you know. And when I say a baby, I mean legit, like, oh, you don't know. And I mean, I'm setting up LLCs and stuff, and it's like, you don't know what you this is that's when it's like,
I have a business.
It's because you don't know what you're doing, or nah, did you talk to somebody? Like, I don't need that type of or I didn't, and I still don't appreciate that type of energy, knowing that it's coming from a well-meaning place, protection. You know what I mean? She doesn't know. I just want her to be okay. But like I said, it's a disservice to somebody's growth. As an individual. And, you know, I didn't know myself outside of my family, outside of a church. That's why, you know, I was so like heavy with the church. I didn't know myself outside of these, you know, these institutions and these groups. I didn't know myself individually because I didn't have, I felt like at the time I didn't have no direction.
Hold tight. You know? Coming back into the fold. There he is. Good job.
Sister Elaine, what's happening?
How are you? Oh my gosh, Jade, I haven't seen you in so long. Remember everything?
Man.
Remember everything.
It's so much to remember.
It's like my sister and shit, like I don't even want to cry, man.
Bro. We're here talking about so much stuff, man. Let me catch you back up, Jack, because I want to definitely get your thoughts on this. Give me, in the 90s, we had some fire sitcoms. Give me some of your favorites off the top of your head. Give me your favorites before you got to say,
I ain't no for this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Martin. Okay. Jamie Foxx.
Thank you. Keep going.
And there's no order. The only order is Martin.
Yeah.
It's Martin, Jamie Foxx, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Family Matters.
Yeah.
Wayne's Brothers. I fuck with them heavy. Sorry about the cussing. My bad. You know.
So let me tell you something. Tyree has taken us completely out. You say what you want now. It's Tyree out of control.
Mary Brown, appreciate you. So those five. Homeboys Now to Space is a pilot season, but I won't put.
Whoa! What did you just say?
Homeboys Now to Space.
He's trying to be funny.
No, I remember it though. Okay,
we love. First of all, I told Tyree I love the theme song.
I got excited. I started doing all the stuff for my child. But different world, Cosby's. Cosby
This
shit
different world. Okay.
is second and third. If I'm putting them in order, yeah. Cosby.
That's more than 5, Jade.
That was 7.
Yeah, 7 is more than 5.
Am I supposed to do 5?
I thought he told you 5 because I'm like, I wanted to say a different world too.
5. If I'm doing just 5, my bad. If I'm doing just 5 and I'm going in order, Martin, The Cosby Show, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Jamie Foxx Show, who's over here? That 5th slot.
Mm-hmm.
Family Matters, gotta put them in there. Family
Similar
Show.
list as Tyree. Nice.
Because of Urkel. If I'll be a fool, I'm grown now, but I'll be a fool if I say I wasn't influenced by Family Matters back in the day. I gotta
To
put them in
this
there.
day, like when I remember I met Jaleel White the first time in a Paquito mosque, right? And I was like, wait, no, Paquito mosque, not mosque. That meant they was praying over the burrito. Anyway, so I got to Paquito mosque and I saw him and I was like, hey man, can I grab a picture with you? He's like, sure, let's do it. Like he was so. You ever meet somebody and they're just so famous and they know they're famous that this is like just like tying a shoe. Yeah, let's do it. Somebody got the camera, and I'm like, could you take this picture? It was so. He is the epitome of. He's probably one of the biggest childhood stars to ever exist,
especially for black boys.
Yes,
especially for black boys.
As the only other one was who? Webster, other than him, or Gary Coleman?
I was thinking Gary Coleman, but he wasn't a kid.
Webster Arnold or Before Our Time. I watched reruns.
Yeah.
I mean, but as a boy growing up in the 90s, as a black boy growing up in the 90s, Urkel was the man.
Facts. Hold on. Just joining us. We just did the Gimme 5 segment for my guy, and he happens to walk in. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest stand-up comedians of all time, BT Kingsley. Hello, brother. How are you?
Hey, man, this is great.
Have you seen the show today? It's been incredible, man.
Hey, man, Jade and Tyree and CT, this is great.
Hey, I know y'all knew each other before I knew y'all. But I've been knowing y'all for a long time, man.
Long time, man.
But me and Jade live together, so yeah, I've known them a long time, but we know each other in a whole different world.
That year, we got to know each other, man.
Oh my God. Jade saw me at my absolute worst, nigga. You saw me downtrodden.
Downtrodden is the funniest.
Clayton had never seen me like that, and neither has BT. But yes, we've known each other a long time.
I think you go to the store, Tyree, one time, and I was like, "This ain't the Tyree I know. This ain't the." You was just going to the store. That day, you were just like, you know what?
Beforehand, like we knew each other in passing comments. We actually did some work together years ago, some sketch shit years ago. But when you live with somebody, it's
different.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else? When you travel with somebody,
I was broke as a motherfucker too.
Me too, nigga. I was broke too. That's why I was there.
Man, hey,
yo, the funniest thing when y'all live together, man, it would be like. I remember I would go over to kick it. I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Tyler? You be doing somebody hair or whatever." The Jade is like, you were still doing security and like side gigs, and I come over and kick it. And Jade would literally be in his room. Like Jade would go in the house, go into his room, come out, leave the house. It wouldn't be like no kicking it.
And here's the thing. Shout out to Deshaun Ross, my boy.
Yeah.
Bird was chopping it up more than me and Deshaun. He was my roommate.
Yeah.
3 times with me here chopping it up and shit, and Deshaun walking in the room in the house. I'm like, "Hey, you paying? Sorry, girl, you crazy."
Interview on.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what he reminded me of, Jade? Like if I was Thelma and you was JJ and that was James.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Like, you gotta be quiet now.
Yeah.
We gotta be quiet.
And we wasn't talking about nothing that he couldn't hear, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it's just when somebody you don't expect coming, it's his house. He literally having a conversation. Sometimes you talking about some crazy shit. And it just when somebody walked into the room, it could have been anybody. They were like, "Hey, guys, oh, what's up, boy?"
Oh, Pop's here.
We changed the subject.
Yes.
Pop's here. Yo, I want to open this up to the people who are in the comments. Hit the description, the link in the description on Facebook or YouTube, on Twitch, if you would like to come in and ask a question. Go ahead, BT. What are you about to say?
I'm gonna get out of here. I just wanted to come in and say that this is great. This is amazing. I love all three of y'all. How many shows of this one have you done?
This version, today is the first episode of CT After Dark on Facebook and YouTube.
This is the first episode.
Technically, yeah.
Might as well have an announcement since we're here.
Okay, well, you know what? Take the whole screen, BT. Get the announcement.
Might as well have an announcement. Top 5 football players, Give Me 5 episode featuring Mr. Jade Pickett is coming very, very soon. Give me within 10 days.
I can't wait.
What?
Within 10 days.
I had a ball doing that. That was a good show.
It's
nice.
coming. So if you haven't seen Give Me 5, see it. I'm gonna step out of the way because it's not my episode. I'm really thoroughly enjoying myself as an audience member. You gotta share, like, comment, subscribe, and all that good jazz. Goddamn,
absolutely.
CT all day.
BT is stupid. Oh man. So you guys used to be roommates. The best part, let me tell you, everybody who is watching this, the best thing about Jade and Tyree separately. Tyree is somebody that will make you laugh when you're not even trying to laugh, and she doesn't even realize she's hilarious. She'll tell a joke and keep a straight face like she didn't just say something hilarious. That's one.
I told her that.
Yeah.
You probably told her 1,000. I said, man, you were probably the funniest chick. I hate to say that, I know a lot of female comics.
Yeah.
But on and off stage, I said you were one of the you literally make me laugh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. To a point where I was like, I'll literally might quote something you said, not your business, of course, but like something you said to me when you're doing somebody here, and I'm like, nigga, that's me driving. That shit was hilarious. You're funny, girl. And it's crazy because I don't even think you're trying to be. Some people, like, you know what? I want to do stand-up comedy. I want to become a comic. So let me be funny. Let me think about me. Let me study the craft.
Yeah.
Tyree, chick, that is you was born with it, man.
Bro.
And you know I ain't just saying this. I've said this to you in person. Hey, when ain't nobody around.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
This is true.
So funny. Like, God, like, it's not even fair how funny you are. Like, you're so funny. It's like when you perform, I'm always glad that there's like a person between us, because I would hate to give you the satisfaction to not be able to follow you. Like, I love that there's a bumper in between Tyree and CT. It's like, yeah, great set, Tyree. Now it's time for the people to remember.
They remember me regardless because I'm the woman. I embrace my femininity.
But you're not. But it's not just because you're the woman. Like, you're so funny. I've seen you blow guys off the stage, and it's just like, that's your natural talent. Jade now. I'm sorry, Big Ja now. Big Ja, you, sir. Well, you know, I have to make sure that I keep the branding up. It's Big Ja. Big Ja is so trustworthy, bro. Like, Big Ja is the type that, first of all, you would be stupid to do it as a person. You could literally he could literally be like, man, I'm broke right now, bro. And you accidentally drop $1,000 on purpose in front of him. He would not even look at it. That's the type of man that he is. And that's the type of friend that you are. And it's like, bro, aside from your stories being top 3 of the greatest stories I've ever heard in my life, if you ever get a chance to hear a Big Ja story, just sit back, shut up, and be ready to be entertained. Let me bring this brother in. James has a question for you guys. Hey, James, how are you, man? Let us see your face.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I'm doing good. So my question is, like, what made you guys get into the entertainment field?
Do me a favor. First, turn the phone. Let your phone be where the light in your fan is, so we can see your face.
Yeah.
All right,
Bam. Like, that's a little better. That's a little better. All right. So, who you want to direct that question to, man? Which one of my amazing guests?
I mean, a little bit of everybody. I mean, because, you know, I tune into all of you guys. So,
all right, let's start. Tyree, go ahead, take it.
Oh, thank you. What got me into it was I was going through a bad breakup. My roommate at the time, Bree was like, okay, I'm gonna take you out every day this week until you get over this nigga. And I was like only 21. And the first place Bree took me to on a Monday was Barry Brewer night at the Union, at the Comedy Union.
What?
And and so she knew them. She knew Ron, she knew Chris. And we all went out to eat afterwards. And even though my heart was broken, I was still, keep together, putting on a show. And I think we was at Denny's or Roscoe's or something. Oh, thank you, Kevin Winters. And Barry was like, "You're really, really funny. No, like you should do stand-up." I was like, "Nigga, I got a job. What? I'm not doing this." But I went out with this dude. I don't know if Clayton remembers who he is. It's one of Barry's friends. I went out with this dude, like super square dude. We had a daytime date. It was okay for a brokenhearted chick. It was like, okay, this is okay. And then after the date was over, he was like, "Do you want to come to my show tonight?" I was like, "What show?" He was like, "I'm doing stand-up." I was like, "Where?" He said, "The Union." I was like, "I was just there. Sure, I'll go." He goes up. He does 3 of the most mediocre minutes. I might as well have been at Flappers. Singing somebody I don't know. Like, just, I'm kidding. I'm so kidding.
TCT clap for you, fam. Thank you, Buzz. Appreciate you.
So I see him do 3 mediocre minutes, and everybody in the crowd was they received it well.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "How long have you been doing stand-up?" He said, "Oh, that was my first time." I said, "Oh, I could do this. You went on a date in the daytime too?" "Oh, yeah, I could do this." So I just did it one time just to see. And then I said, "Okay, let me do it again." And I was like, "You know what? I think I'm gonna be doing this in 12 years. It'll be 12 years at the end of this month. Later, here I am." So it wasn't supposed to be this long. It was supposed to be like a one-time thing. But yeah, it's and I'm sure everybody has gotten into it in different ways, but I wasn't even trying to get into it. It was just something that, probably was already in me, but I just needed to like pull back some layers of other people's opinions and societal standards and blah, 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 to like, give it a shot.
Now, Ja has earlier said on this episode how he got into getting into sketches, but they don't know how you got into stand-up. So tell that story, Ja.
Man, I've always been funny. I remember I was in the 2nd grade, and a girl told me I was making jokes, being silly at a field trip, and she was like, "You should be a comedian." I didn't know what that was. I was like, "Your mama should be a comedian." Yeah. I just thought, "You should be a comedian. What's a comedian?" And then over the years, I found out what a comedian was. I just instantly felt bad. Like, oh, she was giving me a compliment. I didn't know. Anyhow, so I've always been funny. So even when I started doing comedy, all my family members, my cousins, homies, were like, "Oh, you doing comedy? Finally, nigga, where's that? I'm coming." So it's one of them things. But to start it off, I remember just being asked to host a Apollo comedy show at my college. They were doing like a little college night, host a talent show. They wanted me to host it. And to keep it 100, as wild and funny as I was afraid to do it. I was like, "Nah, I'm cool." I was like 22. I was like 21. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was 20. I was 20. And I didn't want to do it because I was in fear of. I loved comedy so much, man. I loved it. I studied from Eddie Murphy, Robin Harris, everybody. And by the time I got to the point where somebody was asking me to come on stage, I was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna be as funny as them niggas. I'm funny." Locker room, like, "Hey man, you funny as hell." But I was afraid of not being funny. That was my biggest of getting out there, and I love the craft so much. I was like, I don't want to get up there and be mediocre and put the mediocre out there. And so I didn't do comedy until later on. But in 2007, I seen I don't think they noticed, Ron G and Sidney Castillo, 2 of my homeboys now. But at the time, I know them, they was on TV at 2 different shows. I got Belly Means Who Got Jokes, and Bad Boys of Comedy with Sidney Castillo. He was on that. And I seen these 2 dudes, and they were getting interviewed. They both ripped, by the way. They both smashed on their individual sets. And this is 2007. And they asked them how old they were. They were like, "I'm 26. Oh, I'm 26. Wait a minute. These niggas my age out there killing it?" I said, "Man," my homeboy, if he was watching it, they was like, "You should be doing this shit, bro. You should be doing it." I was like, "You know what? You're right. I ain't know no comics, though. Not one comic. I knew only athletes. That was it. I came my background in sports, it's football. So I had to, I used to be a personal trainer back in the day when I wasn't fat. And so my clients were like, "You so funny. I got these tickets. I can't go. Me and my husband can't go. You should go to this show in Oakland." and go watch this show. And I got the ticket. I went to the show in Oakland, and I saw DC Urban there, young DC Urban.
Hey,
He opened it up for Spanky Hayes. Yeah, and he was young, and then I knew. I said, I didn't know him at all. I didn't even talk to him, but I remember like, man, I gotta start doing this. I gotta do something different because football ain't gonna work for me. I was done. I wasn't going to live anything like that, so I knew that I had to do something of my passion. My passion has always been funny and acting. I went to school for filmmaking, so it only made sense for me to I always wanted to do it. I didn't have the courage to do it for a long time. And not I was shy. I wasn't shy, but I just was like, I don't want to get up there and disappoint myself and not be as funny as the guys I admired. It wasn't until 2007 I started doing open mics in San Francisco, and I shut that down. I stopped doing it after like 3 weeks. I just know, you know how you lose focus. You won't have no comedian friends. No one knows.
Yeah.
And I had no support outside of the homies. Like, we'll go, yeah. They would shoot to the open mics, you laugh, but like it was different. I didn't know. I was moving blind. I didn't know. I knew no one. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't until I moved back home to LA. My auntie was like, "It's an open mic. You should go." I said, "Where?" It's called the Comedy Union on Pico. This is 2009 now. Now I moved back to LA, and so I went to the Comedy Union in 2009. Told Memphis Will what I got to do to get on stage, and he said, "Bring 10 people when you get on stage." I'm like, "Just 10?" I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I'll bring everybody." I had like that first day. And that 3 minutes felt like 30 minutes. Yeah. And I fumbled. I had a joke. It went over, and then I probably would have had a good set if I wasn't so unprepared. You know. But yeah, so I had a good set. People thought it was funny, but I didn't have no structure. I knew. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a couple weeks later, I met Clayton Thomas. He told me I was too big to be standing next to him.
You said what? What did you say?
Hey, standing next to me, man.
Wait.
Too big to be standing next to him. And this is the same night that Clayton got into it with Memphis. You know Memphis. Shout out to Memphis. I love you, dog. He's a brother. He's my brother. I love him. But man, Memphis did some funny shit. But then I realized you also crazy too, my nigga. So I didn't know at the time. I thought the nigga with the glasses was horrible. You got glasses on. Nigga, he good.
He's horrible. He got glasses on.
I think you did too much time, and you was like, "Hey man, this nigga he waited too long to put you up, and you did like 6, 7, maybe 8 minutes. And he wanted you to do 5, and you did like 8 and 9."
Because I remember this specifically. I remember being super small and seeing Ja. First of all, even to this day, even though I've gotten bigger, Ja is still massive in Yoke City. So it's like he's still a monster. And at this time, Memphis Will had hit me up, and he was like, "Hey man, I want you to come down and do my show." I was like, "All right, cool, right? You hitting me up." At this time, I'm the older comedian as far as years over the cats that he has performing. So I'm like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna do, probably about 15." And I get on stage, and literally, I'm like, "Yeah, y'all." I get into one joke. At the minute I finish that joke, he gives me the light, and I'm like, "Oh, that can't be for me. Like, you called me." You called me.
I remember you saying that. I was like,
because I'm like, bro,
I wasn't in your business. I didn't know y'all. I was trying to get to the door. It's in the back of the club, and I walked back there. It was a line. So somebody in the back. So I was sitting there waiting, and then he was talking. He was like, "Hey man, you took your glasses. You too big to be standing next to me, man. You're intimidating." I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get back."
Very. Because okay, at that time, I've gotten. Because my thing is, when you call me at the time, I lived in North Hollywood, and at that time, I'm like, bro, if you're calling me to leave the house, you're not asking me to do 5 minutes. I'm not a new comedian. So I get down there, and I'm like, bro, you giving me the light after 5 minutes, and you called me. I can see even if I called you for a set. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, at the time I came off stage, he and I got into it, and I'm like, yo, bro, like, that's not what you do when you call somebody. Like, I get oh, this is the Memphis Will show. But to be honest, at that time, and that brother has gone on to achieve great things as well. But at that time, it became that show was so many new comedians bringing their friends and family to fill it up. And then he was just like, what are you laughing at, Tyree?
That brother has gone on to do great
Oh,
things.
he ain't shit. I knew it. I knew it.
Tyree.
And it's not even a lie. It's just did you say that, Clayton?
I'm just
And then my bad. You know what, James? Real quick. Hopefully, I answered your question, James.
thank you, James.
I'm sorry.
Blessings, man. Thank you, brother.
And then it finally just kind of it found me. You know what I'm saying? People kept bringing it up. It's just like Tyree, her best friend, her homegirl took her to a comedy club, and within a couple of days, you met a guy. He was like, "Can you come to my show? What's your show?" Comedy. So it kind of like it was fate. It found you.
Yeah.
You know, it might not always be that way. Some people are like, as soon as I'm old enough, I'm going to do a comedy club.
Yeah.
I knew I loved comedy. I stole my dad's tape. At 11 years old, I took his Delirious cassette. I took it and I had it. I wasn't supposed to be listening to that type of stuff at 11. So I had my earphones on and I got Eddie Murphy Delirious, listening to it in my car, in my boombox, late at night, during the day, all the time in my Walkman. I was always invested in this comedy game and watching and see how they set up stuff. I didn't know how to write jokes yet, but I knew I wanted to be funny and show people that I was funny. And it didn't really happen for me until 2009. And I said, all right, I'm going to start getting on stage. I finally found people I knew. Shout out to Memphis Will, Brandon Wiley, KD, DeJuan Brown. Those are some of the first dudes I met. I met you, Clayton, back then, but we didn't jail yet until maybe months later.
Yeah.
I want to say I think I met Tyree probably in 2010, maybe 6 months later. We didn't we didn't really gel yet either, but we knew each other through comedy. You know
Yeah.
So, but the people I met in my first year of comedy, I still hold dear to my heart to this day.
Absolutely, man. And the names you mentioned, man, I think I ran into DeJuan maybe a month or so ago. DeJuan is always super dope. Like I said, Memphis Will is going on to do great things. I'm very happy for Tyree. Stop shaking your head like that. Okay. Anyway, that brother's killing it. He's doing his thing. Also, Brandon Wiley is one of my favorites. I definitely got to get him on the show. He's super funny. But Big Ja has always been a friendly giant. And that is also what attracts people to you, is like, oh, you're not what I perceived as. You would be the super mean guy. And that opens up so many more doors. I always love leaving people wanting more, because the next CT After Dark is Friday. Do me a favor, Tyree, tell us how we can find you and what is coming up that you would like to share.
On just like my Cash App at Tyree Elaine on everything, IG, Twitter, Facebook, so on and so forth. I wrote on this past season 3 of The Last OG. Hopefully it's going to be coming out, streaming very, very soon. I'm currently working on an episode of Tales, BET's Tales. I had never heard of it before, but now I know. I was like, oh, this shit is actually very, very good, consistently pretty good. So I'm very excited about that. It's my first hour. Also, if you haven't watched it, I have a web series called Dirty 30s. It's on YouTube. It's on IGTV. It's on Facebook on my fan page under Tyree Elaine. You can type in Tyree Elaine Dirty 30s. Big Ja actually helped me finagle around with my camera. We got the same camera, and I was like, I don't know how to shoot nothing, and that whole tribe, having people around you to help you, like, it fucking matters. So really grateful for Ja, grateful to Clayton, grateful to Tange, even though she not there. So yeah, this was fun. Thank you guys for having me.
You are the best. Ja, talk to me, man. What's coming up for you? What do you want to share with the people?
Man, I'm just I'm still shooting sketches. I'm writing a film right now. I'm not going to talk too much about it yet, but I think the folks are going to like it. I think it's going to change my life. I think it's going to hopefully be one of those films that people will remember forever. Hence a Friday, Don't Be a Menace to Wood and stuff like that. In the perfect world, that's my goal. So I'm working on that right now. I got more sketches coming. I got season 2 of certain things coming back as well. My channel, you can see me on Big Ja Dirty Touch. That's my film company. Or my entertainment company, I should say. But BigJa.com is my website. I'm not on tour or anything like that, but when I am on tour, you'll be able to see those dates whenever the world opens up again. You can go to my website, my other site, thehoodgoodstore.com, thehoodgoodstore.com, and buy my merch, Amazon tees, Big Jaw tees. Yeah, I know. Yeah,
That's the best.
tees, all that. To the Mac, all that you can get on my website. Download my app if you want to see my sketches early. No, I wouldn't even say early. I would say on time. They'll be on YouTube and Facebook later on. But you want to see my apps, my sketches on time. Download my app on your Google Store and Apple Store. Big job, and I'm in the win.
Nice. I'm going to say this on camera with both of you guys as the world is my witness. The numbers on the screen are lies, by the way. There are literally thousands of people in here. We have, I think, 10 or 11,000 people. I'll know once it goes off that watches, and then more people watch the replay, and I'm always grateful. Tyree, I want to be in a Dirty 30s. You understand me? I want to be in one of the episodes. Jade, I want to be in a sketch. You understand me? I'm tired of these people hitting me in my comments like, hey, when you and Jack gonna do something again? I'm like, hey, man, hit him.
There should be at least a couple of them. Few.
There it is. There it is. Yo, Tyree is so funny.
I don't think she understands. She knows
she doesn't.
No, I do. I understand. I understand.
I was a fan of you before I even knew you that good. And before we even was even cool like that. We was always like, hey, how you doing? But I thought you was dope even back then. Funny. Sure.
Thank you. I do know now. Now I know I'm still learning, still evolving, still growing. You know, I was in that situation, so I didn't know shit. So, you know, look at y'all.
I was like,
he just did not move.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next episode of CT After Dark.
We all cool with everybody. So it's like it's a community of you're like, yeah, so yeah, your statement's good. You say your statements, I'm like, okay.
It's like, what can we say? It's like, hey, that's your life, baby girl. I don't want to have no parts of that.
Of course, man, I love everybody, and then hopefully everybody I say that to knows that believes it.
Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the next episode of CT After Dark will be Friday. I will be posting the flyer probably tomorrow night. Come back in 3:00 on the west, 6:00 on the east. I can never thank you guys enough. Thank you for Jade. Thank you for Tyree. So many blessings. Follow their pages. Thank you for everybody who donated to their cash apps and super chats and all that good stuff. Follow them if you're not already. Blessings to you guys. You guys have a good one. Let me take you out. MP, click the link and come in here right now. I told you I was going to have this talk with you. Let's do it so I can wrap this show up. Give it to me. Talk to me now. MP, I'm giving you a solid 10 seconds to hit that link. In the meantime, RW Collins, what's up, brother?
What's going on, CT?
Hey, man. Just living 7 Saturdays, brother. What's your question for me, man?
Well, I just wanted to chime in, man, because I see all the love between you guys, and I think it's something that is underrated in the industry that y'all are in, because to see the discord amongst some of the high-profile comedians, I won't mention no names, that you see through the Twitterverse and things like that, and to see all you guys get along, how you all came up together, and how y'all are still doing things together, it inspires us, man. It gives us motivation to find that crew, have that crew around us, and continue doing what we're doing. So keep doing what y'all doing, man. It's a blessing, man. And it's good to see that black love spread around. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate that love. And I'll tell you this, man, the crew is already there in your life. They're your friends that are already existing. And, you know, you got that friend that's super funny that you be like, man, if you just get on camera and say this, everybody's going to love you. Is that? And then, you know, naturally you guys will grow and progress over the years as long as you guys don't quit. And Tangerine says RW with the pro mic. Yeah, we talked about this before. We get the same mic. It's always a blessing to hear from you, brother. And what is your show and how can people find it, man?
It's they can just go to rwcoolins.com. I do a podcast every Saturday, speak on the show, and they can go there, and we're talking about politics, life, love, lessons, everything that goes on with that.
I love it, man. Thank you.
The main reason I chimed in Big Jaw's gone now, but I got a bone to pick with Big Jaw. He don't know me and I don't know him. But he been in my house too much because my girl be in there cracking up laughing. I'll be like, what's so funny? She said, well, I'm looking at Big Jaw and I wanted to let him know I appreciate the laughter, but it's going a little bit too far. It's going a little bit too far. I thought I was the funniest man in my house, but obviously I got competitions. I got to get my game up. So I wanted to let him know that, but I appreciate you, bro.
He's still watching. I know he saw that. And thank you so much for coming in, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro. Take care.
All right, brother. Mr. MP13, what is up, fam? Give me the smoke.
What up with you, bro? Now I'm trying to tell you, sir, the conclusion to Game of Thrones was perfection.
You're
And
a liar,
people
but I'm
disagree-
listening.
No, it's absolutely correct, and you're gonna
I'm
get
listening.
this smoke. People disagree with me on this because people wanted a happy ending. That's not what the damn show was. The show was not about happy endings. Come on, like Ned got killed like 5 episodes in. Like it was 100% a show about this is not what you think you're gonna get. You think that Ned's gonna be the hero and he's gonna expose how Joffrey's not really, the true heir to the throne, and this bastard who's the blacksmith and everything is really the heir to the throne. Yeah, off with his head. So again, the show was not about that. And so you could see if you really paying attention, but people weren't because they were too emotionally invested in, Daenerys, she's the hero, she's the queen. They did not see this slow descent into madness that she was moving along. This, I can't have this. Oh, I can't have this. Oh, the only person that I love and trust who I'm not romantically involved in, y'all just gonna cut her head off in front of me and I can't do nothing right now. Oh, that's where we at. Like it was just 100% this movement into this breaking point. And it made perfect sense in how it ended. It made perfect sense in Bran ending up the king and everything because it was about changing the way that the 7 kingdoms function. Not just going for the same, who's the best warrior? The best warrior will be the best king. That's not what the show should have been. That's why Bran ending it with an intellectual, with a person of thought, with a person who's been through something, who can understand being at the very lowest of lows, in addition to having power. And he was already being groomed to be a nobleman and everything. He was being groomed to take his father's spot in Winterfell. Period.
Let me tell you something, brother. I'm gonna tell you, I hear you. I appreciate
you
your thoughts.
You're not hearing me. You're not hearing
However,
me.
I'm hearing you. However, when I see Bran,
tune out.
I respect your opinion. I'm just telling you, from us seeing Bran become the king is one thing. It's another thing for us not to have seen Cersei Lannister get the true death that she deserved instead of falling under some rocks with the love of her life, her brother, and the father of her child. That is not character building in the case of what they had done for 8 seasons, or 8 seasons long, of this incredible villain that never met their true ending. The guy that the mountain fought his brother, and they ended better than what Cersei got as far as her ending. Also, since we're talking about rightful kings, Bran was not the right guy to be king. I'm not saying that I wanted the super happy ending and Jon Stark to be the king, but bro, Bran, I'll give them a pass on that. But Daenerys being flown away from her dragon, she had to die the way she did. I definitely saw her unraveling part coming. But overall, season 8 lost its luster right after the Night King met his demise, which we enjoyed, and I think it just took a downhill from there.
I mean, but that was the whole thing. The downhill part was the fact that the showrunners had decided to split season 7 and 8 the way that they did. Because that was supposed to have been a season.
Season
they
7.
Just couldn't. Yeah, they couldn't have justified it in HBO's head to just make this be like a 15 episode season, to just pound it, just to get it to the rightful conclusion and everything. Breaking it up like that left so many questions for people. It left so many circumstances where people were like, oh, okay, now that we know that Jon is not really a bastard, that he's actually the true heir to the throne, what will become of this? And that didn't pay off the way that people wanted it to pay off.
Yes.
People wanted what they wanted was John and Daenerys to rule together. It was never going to be that.
And I didn't want them to rule together. I didn't want them to rule together, but I definitely wanted to see John on a throne. And I thought that's exactly why he killed her, because it was like, bam. Now, here's the thing. I understand that they got away from their source material. I also understand television. Yeah. And what I do know is you have to satisfy viewers who've been there with you for over 8 years. So that aspect alone is the same problem that I have with Dexter, the show that was on Showtime. I can't watch for all these seasons.
Was real trash.
But that's what I'm saying. That. We'll talk about that in another episode, but I'm saying these things with long-running shows, they can't leave the audience with that type of disrespect. Same thing with the Lost ending. Like, all of these shows go on for so long, and then they don't pay off what the audience who support them and got them there deserve. But with that said, brother,
is it a deserving, or is it what they expected? Because everybody expected, okay, so John stopped Danny because Danny had lost it. He knew it. Right. Everybody knew it. And he was like, he had to stop her from becoming the monster that her father was. So it turns into this circumstance where, is it truly anticlimactic because John didn't end up the king? Because again, why would he? Because he killed himself, figuratively, in creating support for this woman. So that support was real. Folks was riding with her. They were like, yo, she's the death to the Lannisters. So
Mr. MP13, let me
created this circumstance that afforded him not an opportunity to be a loved king, period.
I'm stopping you. I'm thanking you. And I will see you tomorrow in Tangerine's Shoot Your Shot. Hopefully you make a return appearance for whoever the young lady is going to be.
I don't know.
I appreciate you coming in.
I'm still deciding to get my jersey out the rafters. I'm retired. I won the very first episode. Damn it, I'm an MVP. I'm a Hall of Famer. So
you are a Hall of Famer. Just come back, speak to people. Thanks for coming in, man. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can never thank you guys enough for watching the show today. This is CT After Dark. Do me a favor. If you are watching right now, if you are watching a replay, hit that share button. Every time you see me go live, I need you to hit that share, because I am building something. You guys are part of those grassroots. I want to be able to say, yo, guys, remember when we did this? Remember this first episode? And I'm going to be doing some more giveaways, and we're going to be talking about more conversations like this as time comes on. Dex, yes, Mr. MP13, the MVP. Facts. Blessings to everybody. Thank you so much for supporting me. I can never thank you enough. Thank you for everybody who's watched, who's hit the Cash App, who's hit the Super Chat, who's watched, who's shared, who's commented from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. It is Team CT all day. You guys have an amazing day. I got the call.